What up?
What up?
Welcome back to the fucking Millennial Meltdown podcast. Here with Dustin, Cade.
What's going on? Glad to be here.
Glad we could fucking get started recording here.
Yeah.
All right, now we're good. Don't have to fucking stop again. Yeah, we were just talking about fucking comedy and fucking podcasting. You do a podcast.
Yeah, Blazing the Scene podcast. Check it out.
What's it on?
We are on Spotify, Google Play, Anchor.
Get it.
All the general good ones.
All right, dope.
Every Stitcher.
All the good shit.
Yeah, everywhere Anchor.
All the normal average shit.
Podcast
Fucking my dog's
too.
gonna rip off your webcam. Fucking A, Crypto.
Oh yeah, he's
Crypto, knock it off. All right.
I've been waiting for him to get on the mic, but let us know his opinion.
He's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. That's the problem with having these loose cords and a fucking gigantic dog running around. What can you do?
Yeah. He can't see him.
I just realized I didn't bring my fucking office chair out here, sitting in this little foldable chair. I'll be okay.
I know.
Man up.
I know you're like twice my size, and I'm in this big, comfy office chair, and you're sitting in. Yeah, that is a tiny chair.
It's a little foldable chair.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, no, I usually bring my, that's my old office chair, and I usually bring my new one out here, but it's all good. If I can't deal with it in an hour, I'll go get it.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. So we were just talking about podcasting. Yeah, I started podcasting like years ago, but it's so fucking challenging having time. Like, it's such a time commitment, and I've thought about doing them like at night.
Yeah.
Like when my fiance goes to bed, and just fucking doing like a half-hour episode by myself, and just like doing specific topics. Like, I like picking a topic and like ranting on them or whatever. Yeah. But even when I think about that, like most of the nights by like 9:30, I'm like, I don't have the fucking energy to sit there and fucking turn all this shit on and fucking do it. Like,
we've tried a couple different times. We don't really have a set time when we record. It's just when we have time.
Yeah.
So there have been nights where it's 11:30 and we're starting recording, and yeah, it's exhausting.
It's a real commitment. Like
a
real time commitment, real energy commitment.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking, especially if you're trying to do other stuff plus podcasting. I mean,
yeah,
I'm trying to do comedy.
Yep.
And then I started podcasting, and we were all gung-ho on the podcasting, and then I realized how hard it was to develop two things at one time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through.
So I started
right now.
both around the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I started podcasting. A lot of people have asked me, like, they're like, oh, like, you're doing fucking stand-up? Like, did you, like, start a podcast because you're doing stand-up? And I'm like, no, I actually started a podcast, like, years before even thinking about doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, because I got a film degree.
Yeah.
So, like, listening to Joe Rogan and, like, Bert's podcast and Tom Segura and, like, I mean, fuck, there's so many podcasts I've listened to now. Like, I'm always just like, I can fucking do that. I know how audio boards work. Like, I know how cameras work. Like, I can figure all this shit out. And so it was like a thing for me that I was like, that's just easy. I'm gonna fucking do a podcast. And then I never even thought about being a comedian.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it helps podcasting.
Oh, it definitely fucking helps. It definitely helps getting guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And comedians actually listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, I've asked people to be on my podcast, and they're like, what's a podcast?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, you don't listen to podcasts? And they're like, nah, well, fucking not at all.
That's weird. I thought everyone knew what a podcast. I thought it was new radio.
Right? I've got people into podcasts just being like, yeah, you don't listen to podcasts? Listen to this shit. And, like, sending them videos and, like,
it's crazy how many
clips.
Different types of podcasts there are, too. Like, the podcasts I listen to are completely different than podcasts some people listen to.
Yeah.
Some people just listen to serial killer podcasts.
Yeah,
like
I was just going
to
to bring that up. It's funny because, like, people know that I do a podcast, and now, like, I have friends who will send me shit that, like, I've listened to this podcast. You might like it. And, like, half the time, they're serial killer podcasts.
Oh, yeah. People send me these interesting informational podcasts. I'm like, but where are all the punchlines?
Right? It's
I need some laughs.
There's the fucking entertainment value here.
I need some silly.
Yeah.
I've watched enough. They got all this same stuff on Netflix.
Right?
Yeah. I can learn about serial killers with video attached.
I know,
on
it's
Netflix.
fucking, it's kind of, like, it's so oversaturated, dude. Like, I was talking to
Yeah, we're in the
Sam.
wrong business. We need to get in the serial killing business. That's where the money's at. God, serial killers are killing it right now.
I would make a documentary or like a short film or something if I could. That's what, like, my next goal is. Like, I want to save up money and film like a short film.
That'd be dope.
That I've wrote. Yeah, that was what I wanted to do in college, and it was like we did like small short films in college and stuff, but never anything like high production value with like.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you'd shoot something really quick and edit it for like an assignment.
It's like I need to get my C to get this degree.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna make a C documentary.
Not right. Instead, like I like,
No one's paying me for this shit.
right.
I paid to be able to record this video.
Right. I want to make like a high quality short film that I could submit to like festivals and shit.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. But even that, like, I'm like, fuck, that is such a commitment. Like, I'm sure I won't do podcasts during that period.
Yeah,
of
that's the
time.
thing.
Like, I won't do.
You
like,
get these
any
great
open
ideas,
mics.
and then you start to process how much
Yeah.
commitment and time it's gonna take.
Dude, life gets in the way, man. That's like, if I won the lottery, I'd be so happy because I'd have so much free time to do creative shit.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
the thing.
mean?
Everyone's got fucking amazing ideas, but
Yeah.
you have to be able to make time to do all. Of them.
Yeah. A lot of people want to do different shit.
Like if all of us didn't need to worry about money and time to do stuff, we'd all be able to do the most amazing things, I think.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
gotta,
I know. I'm jealous of like that's like the cool thing about like people who are doing stand up long enough and like start getting paid and like can make it their job and stuff. Like that's like I would like to get paid doing any of creative shit like I can. Like I've written screenplays, I've done podcasts, I do stand up comedy now. Like
yeah.
any creative shit I could get paid for, I'd be so fucking jazzed to get a paycheck for it. You know what I mean?
I got $10 the other night for a show. That I was jazzed. I mean, I spent 15 at the venue, but just the idea of getting paid for
That's sick.
doing something,
Yeah.
making an art and fucking selling it.
Yeah, right. Like that's like the ultimate goal, right? Like be your own
Especially in
boss,
comedy, it's so hard
creative
to
boss.
make anything.
Yeah.
You
I've
can't even
made-
have the expectation in comedy to make money.
From this podcast, I've made about $4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's like,
Wait, you can make money with this?
yeah. So it's like
There's ways to do that.
it's like one day if I got $40 in a month from this podcast, I'd be so fucking jazzed.
Oh yeah.
They were like, "Yeah, you had so many ads run this month. You got $40." I'd be like, "What the fuck? $40 fucking dollars?" Like,
Oh, if I get a drink ticket for a 15-minute set, I'm happy.
right, dude? Anything for free, right?
Yeah.
I know. That's like comedy is cool though, because it's like in Phoenix, there's so many people trying to do stand up. Like we were talking about earlier.
Well, it's a great scene.
There's so many different types of people, and it's cool just being able to hang out at like shows and hang out with comedians that are fucking like-minded or listen to the same podcast you do or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
everyone has like one thing in common that fucking makes them.
Yeah.
It's easy to make a friend. Like,
Yeah. You could talk to. It's like we all have something in common. We're all trying to pursue comedy, so we already have the ice broken.
I was wearing a fucking shirt from Massachusetts, and like a 50-year-old guy started talking to me about my shirt. We had like a 10-minute conversation about it.
Oh,
I would have never talked to that guy in my life. Like, you know what I mean?
Me and my podcast partner Josh, comedy partner, we always talk about that. We're like, if we weren't in comedy, there's like if we would have met each other in public, we probably fucking would have never talked to each
Never
other.
been friends, yeah.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have fucking liked each other. We
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have been friends. This is the only possible way we would have ended up friends,
Right.
is through doing comedy.
Yeah. It's
I've
weird
made
how
tons
that
of
works.
friends in comedy. It's like
Yeah.
probably the most friends I've ever had, and I probably have too many at this point.
Yeah.
That's the problem with friends. The more you get, then you feel like you got to go hang out with them every once in a while, and
But that's the nice thing about shows. You just see them like on a fucking
Yeah, you don't have. That's the thing of comedy. You don't have to go out of your way to see your friends.
You're like, hey, what up, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have a couple of people that I'll like text before I go to an open mic. I'm like, hey, are you gonna be there tonight? If they're like, yeah, I'm like, sick. See you there. Fucking.
I don't even text them anymore.
Get a beer.
Now it's at the point I know I'm gonna fucking know everyone at the mic.
Yeah, see whoever's there when you
now I know.
Get there.
Now I know the oddball. Now I know the new comics as soon as they start because.
Oh yeah.
I know everyone that's in that room regularly.
Yeah, that is like the cool thing. I feel like now I've been around long enough where I don't feel like the new guy, like being like 5.5 months in or whatever. Like now I finally don't feel like I'm the new guy showing up to a mic. And now like I've met new people that they're like, yeah, this is my first time here. And I'm like, I know it is because I've never seen you here before.
Yeah, that's great when you first start and then you see someone that starts after you and you're like, all right, I'm not the newest guy.
Right.
I'm new, but I'm not the newest.
Yeah. I know there's this one dude I've been talking to at Improv Mania. He's like literally like 6 weeks in. He's just like a super nice guy. He's like a personal trainer. Just like a cool guy. It's like, yeah, I just figured I'd give it a shot. And I'm like, yeah, man, keep going. Like, see you next week.
Oh, I've seen so many people start, and then they'll just disappear.
Yep.
That's the thing. You never... Like, I don't have any... There's so many few comics numbers I have or phone numbers I have because I'm going to see them on a regular basis anyway.
Yeah.
And then they just drop off the face of the earth, like some of the newer guys.
Yeah, I've already made friends with a couple people and then never seen them again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, all right, man, cool. Yeah, I've seen you here the last couple of weeks and then just never seen you again. Like, whatever, man.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I kind of just... I wait like a month or so before I start talking to a newer comic. So
Yeah.
I'm like, let's see if you're going to keep coming because...
Yeah.
I don't want to make friends with you, give you all this advice. Because I've done that too. Because I try to give newer comics because I'm still new, but I know what the newer comics are going through. So I try to give them as much advice as I can. But now I'm like weary because there are a bunch of guys people I've given advice to, and then they never show up again. I'm like, I went out of my way to give you all this great advice you asked for, and then you just stopped coming.
Yeah, that's fair. It's definitely a tricky thing, man.
So I give advice now to the ones that I see are progressing. They're trying.
It's interesting, like, it's such a big learning experience, like, doing comedy. Like, it's weird even talking about it, because I'm, like, fucking 5.5 months into doing comedy. I'm like, this is my opinion about doing comedy. It's gonna fucking change in fucking 6 more months. You know what I mean?
I don't talk about it much either, but
yeah, right.
I hit my years, so now I'm like, all right. There's stuff I know that a 1 month comic doesn't know.
Yeah.
So, and there are comics that were doing it a year helping me when I started out.
There's just like those stages. It's like the time. It's like every year is like a different stage for people. But also, I mean, I've met some people that are like, yeah, I've been doing comedy for 6 years. And I would have guessed that it was like their first or second time doing a mic.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And so, I mean, there's just those different levels also in that sense of like we were talking about earlier, like there's people who take it more seriously than other people. There's people who just see it as a hobby. There's people who are trying to make it a job. There's people who are just trying to get on stage and make friends. There's people trying to fucking get attention.
And there are people that are just comedy fans and just want to be around comics.
Yeah.
So they just do the open mics so they can be around comics.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're kind of like you hit enough if you hit open mics, you're in a club, sort of.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone stops talking to you and you stop.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's kind of like you're in the scene when you're in the scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I feel like we all kind of have this mutual understanding because then what happens when someone makes it? They're not going to be hitting open mics
Right.
They're not going to be hitting grungy dive bars in Phoenix anymore. They're going to be doing grown-up shit.
But that's the thing about comedy is like you could be an open micer for 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
You could be an open micer for 15 years, 20 years. But if you're good enough, eventually you'll get paid to do it.
Yeah.
If you're around long enough, you'll fucking meet people who, if you're good enough, they'll fucking invite you to get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But I don't know. For me, I'm just having fun. And I just fucking want to keep showing up to mics and getting better at it. Like, I try to just learn something at every show I go to and fucking get better.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't care about getting better. Like, I'm just hanging out and having fun. But I'm like, fuck, man. I'm trying to, like, take it seriously.
Yeah, I say, like, I feel like there's so many things I would rather do with my time if I didn't want to get better.
Yeah.
Than go to hit all these open mics. Like, when I started out, I was hitting, like, 10 open mics a week.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, there's no way on earth I would want to go to all these open mics just to hang out.
Yeah.
Like, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
But then again, it's exhausting because I'm trying to get better.
Right.
For the people that are just coming to hang out, it's not exhausting for them. They're not.
Right.
They haven't rewritten anything. They're not trying to develop.
Right.
It's fun for them. I mean, it's fun for me too, but there's a level of stress on it because there are things I want to change on my set every time. It's hard to remember that one extra tag you made for a joke in a set.
Yeah.
Like 3 minutes into the set. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was gone with the mentality. I've always had the mentality that if I just keep writing, keep developing, and making myself better, all the other stuff will come along the way.
Yeah.
As long as I build this up, everything else will start to follow.
Yeah. I listened to, like, podcasts for, like, advice and shit before I, like, started.
Yeah.
And, like, I took it so seriously. Like, I wrote and, like, practiced, like, by myself at home. And saying that sounds so stupid, but it's like...
I did that, like...
I built the confidence, like, practicing my jokes, knowing what I was going to say, so I felt comfortable doing my first open mic. And I was like, I need to have, like, 5 minutes of shit to say. So I, like, made sure I had 5 minutes of jokes.
Yeah.
And when I got on stage the first time, like, I got laughs because I had fucking rehearsed, prepared jokes.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people get on stage for their very first time. And for some reason, a lot of people like to say it's their first time. And I didn't do that. I wasn't like, this is my first fucking mic.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I've seen people get on stage and they're like, this is my first time ever doing this.
Oh, that was my first time. Told everyone it was my first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't really want everyone to know.
Yeah.
I was going to tell them after maybe.
But they do like a minute and a half of stuff. And then they're like, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nothing. And I'm like, man, like I took like the writing jokes portion of doing an open mic so seriously.
Oh yeah, that's all
I fucking tried doing it.
I wrote for a few months before I wrote for a few months, and then I went to open mics just to watch for like 2 weeks before I ever started. Mm-hmm. Like I knew what open mic I'd been to the open mic I wanted to start at. I made sure I hit everyone first to figure out which one I wanted to start at.
That's cool.
That's why I started at Toso's, because it was the most empty. And I was like, I know I'm going to bomb, so I'd rather just bomb in front of 4 or 5 people first. Get that out of the way.
That's really interesting.
But now I realize that the less people are in the room, the harder it is.
Yeah.
So there's 100 people in the room. There's some people in there that are going to find your shit funny. If there are 4 people in the room.
Everyone has a demographic.
Yeah.
I've tried to remind myself of that too. I know my demographic is just white guys my age.
Yeah.
Like I know that. I know like I'm gonna struggle to make old ladies laugh.
My demographic is degenerates and
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm gonna offend some people.
Aren't gonna be able to afford comedy tickets in the future.
I know when I bring up like I grew up in a town without black people. Like, it's going to rub some people the wrong way when I bring that up. Like, I just know that, you know? And so, like, when you're doing a fucking set to just comics sitting in a room, there's definitely times I've stood there, like, waiting to go on stage where I'm like, we'll fucking see how it goes. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, no one here is fucking who I wrote these jokes for. Like, you know what I mean?
I've kind of just stopped having an expectation for, like, every show or mic or anything.
And I probably will too.
Yeah,
6 more months from now.
Yeah, you just go up and do your shit the best you can. Like I did a show the other night, there were people there, but they were all eating dinner. They didn't really want to hear comedy. It seemed like they weren't paying attention or to anything. And I was second, so they hadn't been warmed up to the show yet.
Oh yeah.
So I just did my stuff and pretended that there were people fucking laughing. You just got to use the same energy because you get that huge adrenaline rush when you're in front of a lot of people.
Yep.
So you just got to learn how to match that energy you had with that adrenaline rush without that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. I've definitely just got up there and eaten shit for 5 minutes because no one fucking likes anything I say. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking just struggle through it, man. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's how it is. You'll see, I've seen people that have been doing it freaking 10 years, and I've seen them kill regularly, just have an off night, and no one dug any of their stuff. And
I've bought tickets to shows at, like, the Tempe Improv and watched, like, the feature bomb. And just, like, fucking start sweating and just fucking, like, 10 minutes in, like
damn.
You know, where you're just like, yeah, man, this is not going well for you.
Yeah.
It's just like...
But it happens. That's why I don't have expectations, because I've had shows where I was like, oh, wow.
Part of the game. It's not like a band where a band plays all their sets to all the people who all know all the words to their songs and fucking...
Yeah. The band's also not... Like, we need a laugh. We're trying to get a laugh. The band doesn't have to have a laugh. They just don't want to mess up their song.
You don't care. Like, if no one claps while you're playing, don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, right. Comedy is different, man. It's definitely... It's fun. It's, like, one of those things that, like, once I did it for the first time, I told my fiance, Sam, I was like, I'm going to fucking do this forever. I was like, I'm going to come back every fucking week. Like,
it's addictive.
This is the best. Like, I was like, I've never felt as fucking good as I did standing on stage and people laughed at the shit I said when I just fucking wrote it stoned at home, like,
yeah,
like, you know, and I like got on stage and get to perform it and fucking like connect with people, and then people afterwards are like, dude, that was so fucking funny. Like, yeah, I'm just like, man, this is such a cool fucking feeling.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's the shit.
I fucking, whoa, what was that?
Oh, just my ringtone. It's the Back to the Future sound.
Yeah, I've noticed you've got every possible different version of nerd poster in your house.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
It's a fucking nerd realm up here. This is
Oh, I'm a low key nerd.
Low key. I'm not low key about it at all. That's for sure. Yeah. I definitely like to collect cool shit. I've definitely told... Like,
not superheroes as well. I'm a fucking fantasy and sci-fi nerd.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like a fan of everything pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I've told Sam, like, I'm a big Superman fan, and Back to the Future is my favorite movie. It always has been. And, like, I just bought a little fucking collectible DeLorean car. That's like a scale model DeLorean. And I have, like, a signed license plate from Christopher Reeve in my office, like, and an actual license plate from the movie. Plate? Yeah, from the DeLorean in the movie. And I've told Sam, I'm like, babe, like, you know, when, like, I make it big and I'm rich one day, like, I'm going to buy, like, actual Superman suits from movies and shit and, like, put them in glass cases in my fucking office.
Case? No,
like,
you wear them.
Yeah, right, dude.
You just run around the house in them. You're out mowing the lawn and Batman costume.
I would nerd out so hard, like, owning a real DeLorean from Back to the Future and shit. Like, yeah. That's, like, what I would spend. If I, like, was a millionaire, fucking, I'd spend stupid money on, like, collectibles and stupid shit. Like,
oh, yeah. Man. Like, I play the Warhammer. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of Warhammer, fucking all the computer games.
Oh, yeah, you said you have a gaming PC. What's your jam on there?
Right now I'm playing Total War Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Them Steam sales. Shout out Steam for having amazing sales all the time.
I've never played Warhammer. I've heard of it. I've never played it.
Dude, it's the nerdiest possible fantasy stuff.
Dude.
They have tabletop game. I don't play the tabletop. I don't have time.
There's tons of nerdy
to
shit.
do math. I don't want math in my games. I want the computer to figure the math out for me.
I've been getting down on the new Pokemon.
Yeah.
On the Switch, Pokemon Sword.
Man, I want to get a Switch, but...
Oh, it's the shit. I won my fantasy football league last year.
I try to avoid buying any more... I can't afford any more hobbies. I don't have time.
Dude, Switch is the best because, like... It's like if you were a Game Boy kid, like growing up. I don't know how old you are. How old are you?
27.
Oh, okay. I'm 28.
Yeah.
So same generation.
Oh, I have a Game Boy emulator on my phone.
There you go. Yeah, Game Boy Color. Grew up with Game Boy Color.
Oh, I got all the hacked ROMs.
Yep. There you go.
I don't. If you're someone that cares about that sort of thing. That was a joke. I'm a comedian.
Dude, there's so many comedians who are like fucking talking about like they just bought drugs that day and like do them on their podcast. I'm not worried about any of that type of shit. Have you ever listened to The Church, Joey Diaz's podcast?
Yeah.
They do so many fucking drugs.
Oh, yeah, they had one episode where they all did acid.
Yeah.
Like, there are 4 of them just tripping
I think
on
they've
it.
had multiple where they've done acid.
That's great.
Yeah, fucking dumb. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of that shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck were we just talking about? Video
It's
games.
satire.
Game
or
Boy.
something.
Yeah, right. Fucking Game Boy.
This is all a parody.
Switch is like it like brought me back to the Game Boy days because like I literally will just lay in bed and play it in bed because it's all handheld. You don't have to plug it into the TV and shit to play it.
Yeah.
You just play it on the handheld console. So like my girlfriend will be watching fucking whatever downstairs, like Bachelorette or whatever, and I'll just fucking sit on the couch and play it for an hour.
See, I got it. I have to sit up and play now because I used to play like this, and you'll play for like an hour, and then you'll try to move your arms, and all the blood's gone to your elbows.
That's fair. Yeah, at night, like, I'll just throw on a podcast, like, on my TV at night, and I'll play Switch for, like, an hour or two. Yeah, you don't have to worry about all those noises and shit. It doesn't really pick them up. But yeah, the Switch, like, brought me back, dude, to, like, being a kid. I'm like, this is the best. Like, fucking...
I can't do it. I can't buy any more systems until the PS5 comes out.
That's fair. But that's what I was saying.
Are you an Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
I could tell. I could tell right off the bat. Like, he is an X. This is an Xbox dude.
That's so
this is
funny.
for sure an Xbox guy.
Halo's my jam, dude.
Halo.
Halo. I grew up playing Halo. That's
Man.
Being a pro MLG Halo player. That was what I wanted to do when I was a teenager so bad. Grew up watching the Ogres and Walshy and fucking...
I played Halo, but I didn't... I only played Halo 1 and 2, and then I stopped following it.
Man. Dude, that was like... That was what If Twitch was a thing when we were teenagers, I would have for sure been a Twitch streamer. Dude.
Yeah.
I'd be 28 right now being like... Yeah, I've been a fucking streamer for 13 fucking years. Like, you know what I mean?
I was PlayStation all the way because they had all the Final Fantasy games. And
I have played every Final Fantasy.
That was my shit.
We always had both. I just bought Final Fantasy Remake 10 and X2 on the Switch because they just released it on everything.
I didn't care for X2.
I just bought it on
10
I've never played X2. I've played 10.
Yeah, I put too much of my life
back in
into
the day.
that stupid goddamn game.
Fucking Cloud.
Fuck you, Final Fantasy. You know, you took so many years of my life and my childhood.
What's that water soccer game called in that shit?
Oh, Blitzball.
Blitzball, dude. When I was a kid, I would fucking just sit there and play
that way too fast.
I played Blitzball for fucking hours, dude.
Oh yeah, I had a
Chocobo racing.
I had a save file where it was literally just my Blitzball save file. Like, sometimes I go fight monsters, sometimes I play Blitzball.
I'm so excited to play it on my Switch. I haven't played it. I bought it on Black Friday.
The stupid card game on Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I played that shit for hours.
That is so fucking addicting. That fucking card game. I have Final Fantasy
within a game.
I have the Final Fantasy VII remake on there, too, and it's trash. It's like the worst remake I've ever seen in my life.
The Final Fantasy VII remake?
Yeah, they, like, remastered the characters. And, like, they didn't do anything to the background or anything. So it's like this HD guy running through this shitty 1990, like, castle. And you're like, what the fuck? It looks terrible.
Damn.
Yeah, I have it on my Switch. I could fucking show you. It's fucking terrible. Do you want another beer?
I mean, I'm down.
Fucking you just keep talking.
Hell yeah. Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm having
I'm right behind you.
I'm just chilling. We out here just hitting bongs and snapping thongs.
We out here? Where's that magnetic fucking...
I don't even know, dude.
I think I put it under... Oh, no, it's right here.
I smoke too much weed to know where things are, where my own things are.
You said you have your medical card?
Yeah.
That's cool, yeah. I've had mine for... I actually used to work at a dispensary in Flagstaff. Right when it got legalized. So I've had my medical card since like 2013.
I worked at a dispensary when I was like probably 20. And it was when it was still sketchy and they were still getting raided.
Yeah.
And I was just a sign spinner. I just spun a sign outside.
Fuck.
And I didn't have my card. So I would come in an hour late an hour later than everyone every day, and I fucking showed up to work one day, and the SWAT team had the whole fucking place lined up against a wall outside.
Jesus, no way.
Yeah, and
That's
on their
crazy.
knees, they're searching the whole place and raiding the place.
That's wild.
But it turns out the boss is doing a bunch of shady shit.
Really?
Yeah, like they raided that in like 3 houses he was doing for other shit in.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, it was like a big ass thing. And so
I remember when that was still a big thing during the Obama administration. The DEA started raiding all that shit, dude. Fucking, it's so dumb. It's like, I hate when
well, it used to be it was like donation. You weren't supposed to charge for. It was supposed to be like donation.
It was donations.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
They had a strict menu with prices. So some guy undercover came in.
There's this place. I don't remember if it was in Arizona. I smoke too much weed too. If it's in Arizona or if it's a different state, California or something. No, I think it was in Boston.
Here or not
it was
here.
in Boston. When I was in Boston,
I can get Boston and Arizona mixed up.
Yeah, right. Dude, I've traveled so much this year. I travel for work, and it gets so confusing when you go to states, smoke weed all over the country and shit.
Yeah.
In Boston, there's this company
I don't travel ever.
that they sell you a shirt, and the price of the shirt is how much weed you're buying. And it's like, so you buy $100 shirt, you get like a quarter of weed, and they bring you a shirt with your weed.
I thought you meant I spent if I buy $100 worth of weed, this shirt's gonna cost me $100 too.
No, like it's straight up like that's how like the company's modeled. Like you buy a shirt from them for a price because you're not buying the weed.
Oh, that's smart.
And then they give you the weed with the shirt.
Kind of like how places will charge you for drink tickets.
Right.
So they don't have to get a liquor license because they're not charging for liquor. They're charging for tickets.
For tickets, yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, it was the weirdest thing. I was like, are you serious? And they were like, yeah, they started doing that before it was like legal.
Yeah.
And now that it's legal, they just like kept doing it because like people fucking know like that's their thing.
Yeah.
And so it's like just a thing. Like, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But that's what they were doing for the donation shit 6 or 7 years ago or
That's
whatever.
dope. That's smart.
Don't donate and buy this shirt.
Such a simple solution to
Right. And I was like, that's
issue.
fucking smart, man. Just print up a shitload of shirts with your company's logo on them and like, yeah, buy this $120
And it's like
shirt.
it's completely stoner. That's totally a stoner idea.
Yeah.
That's always something a stoner
It's
would
like,
think.
oh, would you like to add on a $5 bracelet and we'll give you a pre-roll?
Yeah.
Like, oh, sick.
Oh man.
You said you worked at a dispensary. You were a sign spinner.
Yeah, I spun us.
Was it down here or in Phoenix or what?
Yeah, I was in Tempe.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. We just kind of started getting into this shit. I was gonna ask you like the basic shit so people could like get to know you on this podcast. Like, where are you from?
Oh yeah.
You're 27.
Yeah, mid podcast is good for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking 33 minutes in.
No, I'm from Arizona. I grew up in.
Oh, okay.
I was born in Phoenix Indian Hospital. I grew up in Casa Grande for a little bit.
Oh Jesus.
Then I lived on the reservation with my mom in Auction.
Oh, are you Native American?
I'm like just under a quarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom's enough to live on the res. I have a whole bit about it.
Did you go to college? Did you get free education?
Oh no, I didn't have enough blood in me to get any benefits.
Shut up!
Yeah.
I thought you only needed like Elizabeth Warren 1% type.
Nah,
of shit.
you need a quarter. It depends tribe to tribe. Every tribe's got different rules.
That makes sense.
So the tribe my mom's part of, you got to be a full quarter.
What tribe is that?
The Tohono O'odham.
Jesus, I don't even know what you just said. Say that again.
Tohono O'odham.
Oh my god, that's crazy. It's like a different language there, dude.
Yeah, they're like next to Maricopa, Auction.
Damn, we're like two unicorns, dude. Meeting people from Arizona is not very often.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
I'm
from Lake Havasu.
It's even crazier because like my mom's whole side of the family's technically been here since the beginning.
They're actual Arizona natives. Like
they were here in Arizona since before it was Arizona.
Right. They're like, yeah, we didn't used to call it that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, then I went to high school at Casa Grande.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What size of high school was that? What was that like?
It probably had like
Like, what was your graduating class size?
Like 1,500 maybe.
Jesus, that's your graduating class?
Yeah.
Like, so there's like 6,000 people going to your school?
Maybe it wasn't that. I don't know. We only had one high school for the whole city.
Good fucking grief.
City of like 40,000.
Sounds off. Because Havasu's like 40,000, and my graduating class was like 400 people.
I don't know.
But it is Phoenix, so it could be a lot different.
Well, it's Casa Grande. Casa Grande's.
Outskirts.
It might have been different. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention much in high school.
I just always ask people because it blows my mind when people are like, "Yeah, my graduating class is like 900 people." I'm like, "That's like my whole school."
My
like,
dad's graduating class was 19 people.
Yeah. My dad was like the first graduating class from my high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in like the same town my dad did. And
That's
so it
always
was
fun.
like just a thing. Yeah, dude. Small town where your dad's lived there forever, and my brothers all graduated before me. By the time I got to high school, it's like everyone fucking knew who I was already.
Yeah.
My teachers like know my dad. Like, you know what I mean?
That's how it was growing up in Casa Grande. Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
Like, I always make the joke, if you date someone in Casa Grande, you're, like, all your friends have fucked them already, too. Like, everyone.
It's like Havasu.
Yeah. Everyone's ex in Casa Grande.
Yeah, that's just like Havasu.
Yeah. Everyone knows everyone's business. I would go out to a party at night in high school, and my dad would know what I did by morning, just simply based on word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like, someone's son said something to their parents.
Yeah.
And
then, my brother's best friend, they actually lived 5 houses down the street from us. And our parents worked at Safeway together. So, like, if my brother and him went to a party together, my mom and his dad would, like, fucking compare notes of, like, the stories they told him and shit. Like, so, dude, living in a small town was, like, a fucking nightmare as a kid. Like, I know exactly what you mean, dude.
I mean,
like,
it was fun.
People would start dating and hooking up, and like I would know about it an hour later because people would like fucking text,
everyone know.
Like, yeah,
you couldn't. You don't have privacy in a small town.
Yeah, totally.
Everything you do is gonna get. You're gonna never be. You can't go to Walmart and just get groceries.
Oh yeah,
you gotta stop and talk
a million people
to 100 people.
Yeah, going to the movies, you sit down and like watch people walk in.
Yeah.
And you know. You're like, oh, what up, dude? Like,
You don't text people, or you don't ask people if they're going to the bar. You know who's going to be at the bar.
That's a fact.
And you call it the bar because there's only one.
Yeah, I've said it a million times. I don't enjoy going to the bar in Havasu in my hometown. Because, like, nowadays, it's, like, literally people who I went to high school with who never moved out of town.
No, that's exactly probably what it's like.
And I'm just like, I don't want to talk to you, dude. I haven't seen you in 12 fucking years. Like,
Yeah.
We're not friends. We haven't had a conversation in 12 years. Yeah, we had English junior year together. Cool, man. Like, fucking leave me alone. Like, I'm like...
Yeah, I don't talk to anyone I went to. I don't know. I had a lot of friends in high school that I would talk to. It's just...
Yeah.
They have families, and they're living the small town life, and...
That's fair.
I only ever go down there to see my parents, and...
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yep. I talk to a lot of people from Havasu still, but mostly just because we like went to college together, went to NAU together, moved to Flagstaff together.
Oh yeah, I dropped out of 3 community colleges.
Oh yeah.
I have enough credits
college.
for a degree, but there's just in all kinds of random shit that don't go together at all.
Yeah. Have you thought about like going back, finishing a degree?
No, because they're all for. Because now I'm like want to go comedy as hard as I can.
That's fair.
So all that shit, anything related to comedy, I feel like I can learn on YouTube, like how to.
Oh yeah, that's
like
fair.
Audio, I could learn a lot of audio on YouTube.
Yeah,
I could learn a lot of video on YouTube.
That's fair. Yeah, I
wouldn't want to spend money trying to learn this.
I went to college for a lot of this stuff, and I watched endless amounts of YouTube videos to figure out how all this stuff worked.
Yeah, I dropped out of nursing school. And,
oh really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was going to school for manufacturing. But I mean, I'm a machinist now, so...
Oh, that's legit.
But I was a machinist before I went to school for manufacturing, so...
That's
I was
good money.
Going, and I was like, what's the point of this? I've already been doing this for... I've been doing it 7 years now.
Yeah. Dude, I have such a strong issue with like I think getting a degree is really valuable.
It just depends what you want to do. There's
Yeah.
so many things you don't need a degree for.
Dude, like I got a degree in film and it didn't help my film career in any capacity.
Especially if it's something that requires you to be your own boss.
Yep.
You don't have to interview if there's something. You don't need a piece of paper.
Yeah.
You just need the knowledge. You don't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, tons of people could start a business without going to college.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know
Especially
people
now,
who
you can
have.
find all that stuff online. You just have to have
Totally.
the willpower to force yourself. That's the thing now.
Totally.
You go to college to pay someone to force feed you the information so you don't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I went to college and fucking got a degree that did nothing for me professionally other than I can put that I have a degree on my resume.
Yeah.
You know, and I can get jobs that like require a degree. But that's the thing is like that's even going away, and as we get older, that's gonna get lesser and lesser, too, because like places like Apple, Elon Musk, fucking with SpaceX and shit, like a lot of companies like that have said we do not require degrees anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you can code, you can code.
Well,
like,
no.
we don't give a shit if you fucking got a degree.
On fucking machining, it's almost better to have 4 years of just on-the-job experience than to have 4 years of degree experience.
Yeah, job experience is fucking everything. I tell people that too. Like I told my niece that, or my step niece that, she just started in at U of A in Tucson, and I was like, she wants to do, I don't fucking even remember, vet science or some shit, and I was like, honestly, what you need to do is get a job in an office where they do that.
Yeah.
Like you need to work at a vet office, front counter,
Be around it.
learn the terminology, learn the language, get the fucking years of experience. Like that's what I try to tell everyone. Like if you graduate college with 4 years of experience doing something, the 4 years of experience is way more valuable than the fucking degree that you have. That's why I do IT.
Yeah, unless you're trying to be like a doctor or something, a surgeon or something.
Totally.
Somewhere where you
But even
need
then,
a facility.
if you're in school doing pre-med
study.
for 4 years, fucking work in a hospital.
Yeah.
Like, learn all of the billing and the fucking bullshit stuff that you will never learn in med school as a doctor, and have 4 years of experience in a hospital.
Yeah, don't work at fucking Chick-fil-A while you're trying to go to med school.
Yeah.
Go work in something close to what you're trying to do.
Yeah. That's why I do IT stuff, and, like, it's what I think about. Like, I'm like, fuck. If in Flagstaff it was an option for me to, like, work at a TV station for 4 years, I would have totally rather done that, because then maybe I would have, like, a film job now. But, like, instead I worked in IT places, so now I have an IT job, because I was qualified for those jobs when I graduated. I wasn't qualified for fucking video camera work and shit. Like, I've looked into, like, TV jobs down here, like, there's so many TV stations, radio stations, and tons of shit, and all of it's like you must have experience running cameras and like doing video editing and all this shit. I'm like, I don't have experience doing any of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never gonna be qualified to use my degree. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel. I'm like, I don't fucking, like, what do I put on my resume? I fucking can code and shit. Like, that doesn't help me run the fucking soundboard.
You guys need an IT guy,
right?
You guys need someone to unplug your router for you.
Yeah, and that's like the stupid thing about college. It's like you get a degree, but everyone's looking for experience.
Yeah.
No one's trying to hire you entry level to like teach you how to do shit.
Yeah.
They need people to come in to know how to do shit.
Entry level jobs require 2 years of experience now.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. It's the weirdest fucking thing, man. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to encourage people to go to college when it's not like ultimately that beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah, the number of people I know that have gotten degrees compared to the number of people that I know if they've gotten degrees and it been worth it is vastly different. There are very few people I've seen that have gone to college, gotten their degree, and it been worth it for the amount of money they're making and the amount of debt they have making that money.
It's not worth it at all.
Like the ratio of if you would have just worked your way up at a job, making the money, you could make. It might take a little longer to make that kind of money and get to that point, but you also don't have to pay anything back.
Yeah.
You get to start at zero as opposed to like negative 100,000.
Yeah, I have for sure had friends when I was making like 60 grand a year that were making more than me that didn't go to college.
Yeah.
That were like, yeah, I just worked at this company for 5 years. And now I'm in like a manager position or whatever, making 65 grand. And I'm like, I don't even fucking make that. Like, you know what I mean?
I have friends that I have no people that are making more than me, but because their payments, they're paying back on their debt, they're not, because I'm taking home more money than they are because they're paying all this money in debt.
Oh, that's for sure, too. I'm so in debt from college. Like, it's retarded.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest fucking thing.
I've just been community college in it.
Yeah.
My whole thing now is I'll only go to take some classes I'm interested in, and then this last time I went, I just took some blueprint classes.
Yeah.
And fucking welding.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all I need.
That's pretty dope, though. Taking, like, welding classes, like, fucking skill classes like that, that's fucking beneficial shit.
Yeah. It's fun. I like welding.
And having someone teach you who actually fucking knows.
Yeah, that's something I would
doing.
Rather have someone teach me.
Yeah,
That's not something I'd be comfortable trying to teach myself on my own.
I'm that type of learner.
This thing could you can blow something up, fuck this up bad enough.
Oh, easily. Yeah, I was always like growing up, a lot of my friends started like learning how to play instruments and shit. And I was like, yeah, I want to learn how to play a fucking instrument.
Yeah.
And, like, they all just taught themselves on, like, videos online, like, watching stuff, practicing at home and stuff. And I tried that, but I was like, I can't do this. I need someone to, like, sit down and, like, explain shit to me. Like, I'm more of, like, a question and answer, like, let me watch you do it and then, like, repeat what you do and fucking...
I tried to learn guitar, and now I don't have a guitar anymore.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
I don't know. I've tried to learn instruments, but... I don't know. I lose interest in playing music. I love listening to it, but I don't really have an interest in trying to play music or make music.
Yeah, I'm not that creative, like musically like that. Like, writing jokes is one thing, but like writing a fucking song and like a beat and like that's not. I don't want to do that.
Nah, doesn't. Even just playing my guitar. Not even having to worry about lyrics or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even just playing someone else's song and learning how to play that just doesn't really...
Yeah. I didn't have the patience
I don't get the same feeling trying to play it as I do just listening to it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it more when I can just... When I'm not part of it. When I'm not part of making it.
Yeah, I think it takes a special kind of person to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
Different things like that. Like, if I had to pick an instrument that I wanted to learn, like, I've always wanted to learn piano.
Yeah, my brother's a really good piano player.
Really?
Yeah.
I just always thought it would be really fucking cool to be able to, like, sit down at a piano and play a song.
Yeah, my brother has a baby grand piano.
That's so cool.
When in high school, I would come home hungover from, like, a party, and then he'd be up at 6 in the morning just playing, like, angel music.
Really?
Just all hungover listening to fucking angel music.
That's so funny.
Helping me stay asleep.
That's funny, dude.
And he's all pissed off because I'm all hungover and throwing up and shit.
That was fucking... Yeah, that's, like, my one instrument that I'm like, it would be so fucking cool.
Oh, my brother it's like, he can play the accordion.
Really?
He can play the harp.
Is your brother older than you or younger?
Younger. He's 24.
That's cool. What's he do now?
He's just like web development or software development.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lives in LA.
That's cool.
Yeah, he makes he works on software for like music developers.
Shut up.
Like music development software.
He must make some good money to live in LA then, huh?
Yeah.
That's dope.
He makes good money, but the amount of money you have to pay to live in LA, it evens out.
Dude, it's not fair. It's not even... like, people are paying $3,000 for, like, a one-bedroom apartment and shit.
Oh, one bedroom. That's...
like, why would you...
That's a dream.
I mean, you could just buy a house in Arizona for half that price.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Oh, and it's dirty. It's, like,
I want to move to LA. Like, I've wanted to move
downtown.
to LA since I went to film school. I mean, that's like the thing. You get a film degree. It's like you move to New York or LA, fucking get a job at a film studio and fucking work your way up. Like, become a production assistant for free and like fucking.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, his job sounds chill as fuck. He says they have a keg in their office.
Shut up.
They have like old arcade game machines in their break room.
That's cool. I do know a lot of tech companies are starting to put like beer taps in and shit.
Yeah.
And, like, let people drink beer. Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
You have a place to stay if you ever.
Oh yeah, I've gone out there. I go out there
do
every few
some
months.
spots in LA.
Yeah.
Have you ever done like any mics out there or anything?
I've done one show out there, and then I went with like a group of other comics, and we all fucking hit a couple open mics.
That's cool.
Hit a show.
That's pretty dope.
It was dope. Yeah, that's the only place I've been out of state.
Really?
LA once.
LA, yeah.
I went to San Diego and did some open mics in San Diego too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much anywhere. Anytime now, if I do go out of town, I look up any open mics wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
Even just show up. Just make it worthwhile. Like, if I'm going to be in another town anyways for like a vacation, I might as well also try to hit some open mics.
I've definitely thought about that for
connections.
For any future work trips I get sent on.
Yeah.
Like, I went to Chicago 3 times this year, and I wasn't doing comedy yet. But, like, thinking about it, I'm like, fuck, I wish I was doing comedy when I was in fucking Chicago. Like, it would have been awesome to do a mic. And I know there's, like, a Laugh Factory there and tons of shit in Chicago.
Yeah, next year, that's kind of one of my goals, is try to at least once a month, try to go somewhere else and do comedy.
Cool. That'd be really cool.
Like, I've fucking made some friends just doing shows here. Like, every once in a while, you'll do a show with someone from out of town, and they'll like you. They'll be a showrunners there. So I've gotten some connections in Colorado and LA and Vegas now. Yeah, I could get some spots. So I think I'm going to try to use some of that next year.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely want to.
So it's good. That was the fun thing about doing LA is you can do the jokes that you're tired of doing here and do them fresh again there because there's no chance anyone heard them.
Brand new people, yeah. It's definitely weird when you go to the same open mic week after week and it's the same comics and you're doing the same jokes. And like you're getting laughs, but it's like all the same people who have heard your shit.
I'll give it now I've been giving it like a time frame. I'm like, I'm going to do this joke. I'm going to put so much work into this joke for now, but if it's going to hit a point where everyone's heard it, even though I'm changing it and making it better, they're not going to laugh because it's still, they know the joke. Yeah. They've heard it so many times they're going to tune out as soon as I start it. So I'll start putting jokes on the back burner, even though I'm still writing on them and trying to make them better.
Yeah.
Just to like give some time for people to not remember them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I was listening to, I listen to so many fucking podcasts. Rob Schneider talking about how when he started, he did the same, like, 5 minutes of jokes for, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's just like, I did my jokes and, like, just traveled around and, like, did my same jokes everywhere I went. And eventually people liked them and, like, whatever. But he's like, I did, like, the same shit for forever. Wow. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, I feel like that probably...
Well, my best jokes now are the first, like, there are 2 or 3 jokes that are, like, I could consider my best jokes. And they're all, like, some of the first jokes I wrote. I've just been working on them for a year now. Yeah. They're not anything close to the way they were when they started. They're completely different jokes now. And now they're like 3 minutes worth of joke instead of
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah, they've
with
evolved.
One punchline. Someone driving by real.
No, I think my neighbor's blasting music in his garage.
Hell yeah.
Probably just need to shut this window. I gotta fucking pee.
Freaking partying.
It's like such a fucking ordeal, dude. But yeah, I was just thinking about that, like, cause I for sure have got my own head. You good? about like doing jokes for too long, like the same jokes, like. But then I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you just got to do what you got to fucking do, and like,
Yeah, but you just gotta remember,
not everyone's gonna write a new 5 minutes every fucking month. For
you're not
open
writing
mics.
the jokes for the people at the mics.
Right.
You're writing the jokes for eventually a club audience or
Right.
actual shows.
Yeah, just work on it and fucking get over it.
Yeah, someone told me, they're like, yeah, everyone at the open mics heard all your shit, but nobody else on planet Earth has heard any of your shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everyone, it's brand new to everyone on the planet except these like 5 or 6 dive bars
Yeah.
we're at every week.
It's like, fuck it. Yeah, it's like a weird thing. It's like, but I know like even professional comics have still done like their old shit. Like I was listening to a podcast with Melissa Villasenor from SNL.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'm going on tour this summer, and I'm just doing all my jokes from, like, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, it's like,
They work.
that's what I do. Like, whatever. But it's like she doesn't record stand-up fucking
plus
hours. Like,
If you're not releasing a special,
she's on SNL, so that's what people know her from. So,
you only have to burn material if it's been on if you've made a special or you've released it somewhere
yeah.
where it's gonna be
But
seen by everyone.
Even like people like us, it's like if I record 5 minutes and put it on YouTube, no one's gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, who's gonna, like, 2 people are gonna watch it? Who cares? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that's kind of how I feel about even doing podcasts. Like, people ask me sometimes, they're like, you get a lot of listeners or like whatever. I'm like, nah, not really. Like, but I'm like, that's not really gonna stop me from doing podcasts. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like,
You get better.
inviting people over and fucking doing them. Like, maybe 5 years from now when I have 200 podcasts online, people start fucking listening to them.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, this guy has fucking 200 podcasts. I just started listening. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, fucking Rogan always talked about that shit too. How his
Dude.
first episode had like 10 views or something.
Dude, if you look at his original shit,
Oh yeah, I've watched some.
I went
gave
back
me a
and
lot of
listened
confidence.
to his first one that Bert was ever on, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
It still only has like 52,000 views on YouTube. It
Yeah.
still hasn't been listened to or watched that much. And that's how I feel about mine. I'm like, it just gotta go with it. And I didn't start as that fucking Fear Factor guy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, it's a fucking. It's a learning experience.
yeah.
Like, no one's just gonna start podcasting and it's gonna be the way it should be right off the bat.
Oh, like, look at this one. Like, number 83 with Boss Root and fucking has 129,000 views. It got uploaded to YouTube 6 years ago. Almost 7 years ago now.
Damn.
And it's like, yeah, everyone fucking starts somewhere, man.
Yeah.
But it's like, people still go back. Yeah, this one, Bert, was 75,000. Episode 95.
Yeah. Those two people could pull that on a fucking anything they post now would get more than that.
If he posted a
Individually.
podcast with Bert today, it would get 75,000 views in an hour.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
it would
whatever.
be 4 hours and everyone would have watched till the end.
Yeah. So it's like just the fact that I have like, I release a podcast and get like 15 or 20 downloads. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, that's sick. Like, there's fucking 15 people out there downloading my shit. That's cool.
There are people out there that are actually listening.
Yeah. And I got one buddy who like,
It's almost
listens
scary.
and texts me. And he like fucking like gives me input on topics. And he's like, nah, you're so wrong on this. And I'm like, I love that you text me after you listen to the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah. I don't know. I need to start listening to more podcasts.
Yeah, you don't listen to a lot of them?
I used to at work because we used to have these like soundproof headphones. 'Cause
Yeah.
everything's loud. You have to wear earplugs.
Yeah.
Like you have to wear OSHA certified shit. So we had these like OSHA certified
OSHA.
wireless headphones.
Yep.
But then they banned them there because forklift drivers were wearing them, which kind of need your ear to be able to.
That's fucking
You need all your
annoying.
senses when you're driving a forklift.
That's annoying, though.
Yeah, so none of the podcasts I listen to are work safe. So I can't play it on my radio.
That's fair.
Yeah. Back, I used to
Yeah.
listen to 8 hours a day and would have trouble not had trouble finding enough podcasts to listen to.
Yeah,
Now I don't listen to any.
That's how I am when
I stopped listening to podcasts. I stopped watching TV.
Really?
Yeah, I don't keep up on anything.
Oh man, that's like my life.
Yeah,
I
bought a TV and then I quit watching TV.
Oh man, watching The Mandalorian, the new Star Wars TV show.
I can't do another streaming service.
I had a new episode last night.
You got that password?
You got that password? Probably hook you up, dude.
Nah, I won't do it. I'm trying to avoid.
I pay for so many streaming services, dude, but like, I also make a lot of money, so I'm like, $5 a month. I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. I can't. I don't know. I told myself I was just gonna. It's been like a year now that I just really don't watch any TV.
That's crazy to me. Jesus Christ.
Like, I'll go weeks without turning my TV on.
Me and Sam will fucking binge watch like Marvelous Miss Maisel, dude.
I watched like the first season of that just because it was stand-up oriented.
Dude, it just gets better and better. They just released a new season yesterday.
Yeah, then I stopped. Now it's hard for me.
As soon as you leave tonight, we're probably gonna watch it and watch like 5 fucking episodes.
I've noticed since I've stopped watching TV, like I'll try. There will be something that comes on I want to watch, and I'll go try to watch it. And I just don't have the attention span now to look at the TV.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I'll try to watch a stand-up special. It took me like 6 times to listen to all of Dave Chappelle's stand-up special, and I love Dave Chappelle.
I love Disney
just because I can't.
Do you watch Bill Burr's new one?
Yeah, I didn't. I can't. It was hard to. I can't sit still long enough to watch anything on TV.
I gotta go take a piss. Just fucking keep talking.
Yeah, plus it's hard. It's hard to do. Since I started comedy and doing it all the time, it's harder for me to watch it on TV because I'm seeing it every night. If I go to an open mic, there are 20 people on a list, so I'm seeing 20 different people's sets at that one open mic. Then sometimes I'll hit 4 open mics in a night. So it's a freaking hour and 20 minutes worth of comedy every single night. Yeah, I don't have the attention span to watch shit on TV anymore. Yeah. Hell yeah. So how you guys doing? How you the listeners doing? What's your name? Logitech? You guys should listen to my podcast, Blazing the Scene. We don't have any fancy equipment like this. We just got cute dudes with long hair, you know?
Dude, what about cute dudes?
I was pitching my podcast. Said we don't have a lot of fancy equipment, but we just got 2 cute dudes and 2 chairs.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you should. I've never met Josh before, actually.
Oh hell yeah, that's my.
But you should come over and we'll do a group podcast. We could even do like one of your guys' podcasts and just fucking record it here.
Hell yeah, I'm down.
You know?
We haven't been recording these last few weeks. We got a new backdrop for our podcast because we just had a whiteboard where we wrote the episode number on the whiteboard. And
it's fair.
So now we got a tapestry with our logo on it.
That's dope.
Yeah, I had a custom tapestry made. We're going to buy some new shit. Want to get a Zoom recorder.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, I thought about doing, like so many podcasts now do one camera and then you sit in front of a wall.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, like you guys are doing. I've thought about doing that like up here and just buying, just like you said, fucking something with my logo on it, sitting right in front of it, having a camera face right there.
Well, our whole pitch from the beginning is we're starting a podcast. We don't know what we're doing, and we're going to try to just the listeners grow along with us.
Totally,
so,
man.
Yeah, so we're just trying to keep it as low budget as possible every time.
Totally.
We're doing one thing at a time. I'm using a table I built myself out of just some 2x4s at work.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, but now we need to upgrade. Now,
yeah,
we've put too much of our time into it and effort into it. Too many open mic hosts and comedy show hosts have mentioned our podcast for us to or have our shitty audio quality anymore.
That's fair.
So these next couple weeks, we're gonna till the new year, we're gonna just try to update our equipment, get everything nice and running smooth, get a schedule set up,
That's
and then
fair.
come back strong in the new year.
Yeah, that's definitely fair, dude. Like it can get so expensive to do a podcast if you just don't like limit yourself to like fucking just buying some shit and getting it done. Like
We spent
I haven't
$25
spent any money on my podcast other than I pay a monthly fee to upload my shit. $15 a month.
See, we don't even pay that. We use Anchor.
Yeah. And other than that, I don't spend any money on it anymore. But, I mean, I spent so much just to get up and running that I was like, I need to give it
We're also both
2 or 3 years with this equipment and never, like,
Yeah.
I could easily upgrade all my mics. I can upgrade all my
What do you got to
stands.
upgrade? You got everything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you could easily, like, this is a fucking $80 mic. You could easily be like, I'm going to buy the $200 one.
Nah.
Like,
nah.
I'm just saying, it's so like the sky's the limit on upgrading your shit. You can
See,
buy
at our
better
podcast,
cameras,
we
like,
love the listeners, but we don't love them that much. Nah, yeah.
it's just the whole fucking world of like the equipment and stuff. It's all
We're also both lazy.
scalable.
So you got all these monitors and screens and setup, and we're too lazy to do all that. So the less work we got to put into it, the closer we are to just recording and uploading.
That's fair.
And that's the only steps we need, the better.
But dude, so many people do fucking podcasts like that. Like people do podcasts with just no camera,
Yeah.
2 microphones and a Zoom recorder sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
And just have a fucking conversation. That's the cool thing about podcasts,
That's
though.
the thing.
Is
Those
they're
Zoom recorders are still like $400 for.
They are. That's what I used in college. That's what I learned to record audio on is Zoom recorders.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're fucking great.
Yeah, that's all I hear about them.
But yeah,
That
I went
price.
with I looked into those, but I went with the fucking mixer. Just cuz I was like I don't think I'm ever going to go mobile with it. And I thought about the Zoom recorder just so I could fucking take a microphone and walk around with the Zoom recorder and record shit.
Yeah, see, we definitely want to start doing some mobile shit.
Yeah.
Especially when we start going out of state and stuff.
Yeah. And
Me
now-
and Josh always get booked on the same stuff.
And now I'm like, fuck. I wish I had mobile shit. Like, I have for sure gone to my hometown and been like, I could do podcasts with people I know here and like fucking record them and just upload them.
You just bring a Zoom recorder, make a separate section
Yep.
where it's just the roadcasts.
Throw a couple microphones in your
Yeah.
backpack. With
Just
the
start a
Zoom
new
recorder.
number, Roadcast 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, it's easy,
Now
dude.
you got twice as much content.
Even with the fucking, if you had a laptop, a Zoom recorder, and a webcam, even doing video ones on the road's not like complicated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just no laptop yet. We have a snowball mic plugged into a cell phone.
Yeah. That's really all you need.
It's
You
been
don't
good.
even need a fucking mic. You could use your cell phone these days and just record it. That's that's what's wild about podcasting. It's like, I mean, there's so many people who do them that just say it's like the wild, wild west. You know, it's like anything goes, do whatever you want.
Yeah, there's podcasts about literally everything out there.
Yeah. The only reason I got video and wanted to do video is because I prefer listening to podcasts that have videos.
Yeah.
Like, I always go to YouTube and throw one up on my TV. And even if I'm not watching it, I just like that the video's playing and I can glance at it if I want to.
That's how we are.
Yeah.
Like an audio and video. But we wanted to go audio only. But then everyone kept telling us that they wanted us to keep the video.
Yeah.
Because it's more to think about adding video to the equation.
It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, audio only. It's more relaxed because
Yeah.
you just like no one knows what I look like. No one's looking at me.
Totally, dude.
It's just audio.
I know. Being on video is definitely weird. You learn that.
Like video, like especially like trying to sit up, trying to not slouch.
Yeah. See all your stupid mannerisms and
Don't
shit.
pick your nose.
Yeah. Stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in film school, like I learned a lot about like a lot of people aren't comfortable when you put a camera in their face. Like most people
Oh, I'm still not
just get
very comfortable.
super tense up and nervous.
Oh, my ex girlfriend was going to, or went to film school, and I helped her on a project one time. And it was the most awkward feeling on earth to have someone recording a video of me.
Yep, it's so fucking weird.
It's
dude.
still weird for me, but even though I go up on a stage in front of a bunch of people, it's still awkward adding a camera to the taking the after show photo is more awkward now than being on stage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not really. It's still some nervousness and anxiety and shit on stage, but
Yeah.
it gets better every time.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then something will happen that will reset it, and you'll be fucking nervous and shitty on stage again.
Yeah. That's like half the battle, right?
It's ups and downs.
Doing stand up and just getting fucking comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
And being comfortable on different stages, different microphones, different fucking areas. Like,
Just being in the moment.
yeah. It's definitely,
You can't be in the moment until you're comfortable.
yeah, it's definitely nerve wracking for me still. Like the moments leading up to like waiting for your name to get called. I'm like, oh, fuck, shit. Like,
Yeah. It's getting but now I don't get like that little rush until like right after the guy before me gets off.
yeah.
Like when I see him get the light, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm about to go up. And then I get a little bit of rush, but before it would be I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh shit, it's open. I got an open mic tonight. I'd be fucking nervous all day
Yeah.
up until the mic.
Yeah.
And then I'd hit another mic after that one and be nervous all over again.
I was definitely like that the first couple months I started doing open mics. Like, I would think about it like all day. I'm like, yeah, fucking doing it. Like, I would be working at like 11 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, doing an open mic tonight at like 7. Like, I don't think about it anymore like that, but I definitely like kind of obsessed over it a bit. Like, fuck, like,
What helped me was hitting multiples in a row.
yeah,
Like Wednesdays, you can hit like 3-4 mics in a row if you start early enough and time it right.
yeah,
So because you're nervous the first one, but then you get that adrenaline rush out. And then the second one, you don't get as much of an adrenaline rush because you already burnt it all out the first time.
yeah,
And then by the third or fourth mic, you're no rush. Like, and plus the set you started with is changed throughout the night as opposed to sleeping on it and forgetting stuff you should have changed.
I still have yet to do multiple sets in one night.
That's really helpful.
I would like to do that.
Yeah, especially if you just do the same set both times, because
Yeah.
you can make the adjustments like on the road in your head to the next mic.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then you'll just see how much better. Like I've had nights where I've almost worked out a joke completely completely for the time in just 3 mics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
like it changes dramatically throughout the night.
That's fair. Yeah, that's good to know. I would definitely like to do that. It's all fucking the time commitment. Like,
Wednesday's the best night to do that.
yeah,
I mean, it'd work for you. We'll talk after.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like you could follow a route and then be home without going out of your way.
I could do that. Yeah, I would definitely like to go to some of the more mics that you're at, just to hang out. Fucking
Yeah. Oh, it's always fun.
yeah, I always fucking bring my vape pen and fucking. I think that's like the funniest thing to me is bringing a weed vape pen to a mic and hitting it and seeing what people like want to ask you if they can hit your pen.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, man, no problem. And like, it's like the immediate, like, you make a friend at a fucking mic. You're like, oh, you smoke weed too? Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's like,
we're usually in an alley or something smoking the blunts.
yeah,
We all have the pens, but I don't know. There's a lot of places that just don't give a shit.
yeah, for sure. No, like,
Especially the places we're doing comedy. They're like, it's usually not a great bars that want us to do or allow you to do comedy at their place.
yeah, I've come to realize most people who run the open
There's some
mics
great venues, but
are all down to smoke some weed with you
yeah,
at the mics. Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny. Like, some people are super awkward about it, or some people have their own pens. and like are trying not to like let people see because I don't want to hit it, like share it and shit.
Yeah.
And like I totally get that, but I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit, man. Hit fucking whatever. But it's funny. It's just funny, like interacting with different fucking people at different mics, getting to know different people. Some people, it's funny. Comedians that come from like every background. There's like some very socially awkward people.
Yeah.
Just some very normal people.
But then there's someone in the crowd to vibe with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the weird, cat lady people just show up. I remember this one chick sat in the crowd and she like heckled every fucking person.
Oh man.
Who got on stage. Like
Definitely.
Just made little comments and
Definitely
fucking
been through that.
out.
I had a show one night.
And then she got on stage and she was like, "This is the first time I've ever done
Oh
this."
yeah.
And I was just kind of sitting
I've seen
there.
that a lot too.
I've never seen her ever again. I've never seen her again.
It's usually how it works.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, what makes you think like
Heckling is gonna make your set go better.
Yeah, the first time you've been here, you just talk shit to everyone while they're on stage, and then she got off stage in about 2 minutes, and it was just kind of weird.
Man, I went to a show. I had a show the other night, or like a few weeks ago. There were only 2 people there that weren't comics.
Really?
And they were both hecklers.
That sucks.
Yeah, so at that point, you just abandon material, and you're just going back and forth with 2 dudes in a bar.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just a bar conversation with a microphone.
Yeah, that's rough, dude. It's funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Different people go to different shit. I literally, before I started doing open mics, I never had attended one. Like,
yeah.
I went to watch a couple before I did them. But
before I hit open mics, I was probably at a bar and someone announced on a thing, "Hey, in 10 minutes we're starting a comedy open mic." I'd probably be like, "Yeah, we should get out of here.
Right.
We should leave."
Like,
this is
I
gonna
don't
be
know
bad.
who these people are who like hang out and watch the shows. I'm like,
there are gonna be 20 amateur comics in this bar. No, I'm leaving.
yeah.
But now I'm like, no.
Sometimes though, there's like those 4 like 50-year-old dudes who are just like hanging out,
Yeah.
and like want to watch some comedy.
Now I appreciate them, but I realize I'm the asshole that all the comics. I'm the asshole bar guy that leaves as soon as the open mic starts.
Right? Yeah. Right. I don't know. I don't feel guilty about that. Oh, I'm like stoned and in my head, I'm like, there's like things I need to ask you while you're fucking here. What made you? I'm gonna just ask everyone this. Like, what made you want to get into comedy, or what was that like driving force for you, or when did you realize you wanted to do it? Like any of those type of things.
I don't know. I'd always liked comedy, but it was always something I was like, there's no way I could get on a stage in front of people. I've always been a real quiet person. I've avoided.
What were you like in like high school? I
mean,
throwing more questions at you, but
I don't know. I kind of jumped around group to group. I had a lot of different friends groups I would hang out with.
you didn't like play sports.
I was a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You a stoner in high school?
Yeah, I'm stoner.
Okay.
Not my first 2 years, but sophomore, senior year, yeah.
Okay. You like party, drink?
I mean, I smoked weed the first time I was like 11, 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in high school, you like go to parties and drink.
Oh, yeah,
and
I partied constantly.
There you
I
go.
was
Okay.
a party animal.
I like to just know like the background of people.
Oh, yeah,
I think
I've
it like
always been a party animal.
makes a big difference when like you're like meet a comedian and you're like, what were you like in high school? And they're like, oh, I was fucking had straight A's. And
I was
shit.
a party animal in high school. I was a raver for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
was going to Dirty Underground.
EDM.
Back when you had to call a phone line to get
Doing some
directions to the event.
doing some sketchy ecstasy pills and shit.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe,
Yeah.
I've had my moments.
Yeah, I will freely say I did everything in high school for sure.
Oh yeah, I've fucking done most things. Come see my sets. Come see my comedy. I'll tell you all about it. Half my set is about my dirt rug days.
I was telling Jules, we were talking about you, and I was like, yeah. I was like, it was funny because the only time I met you at a mic, I was like, our jokes were like very similar. And I
Yeah.
remember that. Like, I talked about dating, like, a Mexican girl.
Yeah.
And you got on stage and were immediately talking about dating Mexican girls. Like, I was just like, this guy's fucking great.
Yeah.
We have the same background.
Mexican girls hit me up. What's up?
There you go. And, oh, shit. Yeah, so high school, and then go back to what made you get started. What made you interested in comedy?
We
Did you have and then my next question would be like, did you listen to comedy as a kid? Like, what were your like the comedians you listened to?
I've always watched Chappelle's Show. I love David Tell.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to always watch. Comedy Central was always like my main channel. I'd watch all their little Comedy Central stand-up specials. I would watch Comic View on BET and watch those comedy specials too.
Yeah.
I'd always loved it, but I never thought I would ever do it.
Right.
But then I just hit a point in my life where I was like, been machining for like 5 years. I've been doing all this shit, and it's like I need to do something creatively. So I kind of just narrowed it down to what I would fucking be the best choice. This is like the only thing that I could think that I would actually like to do.
Yeah.
Like just the lifestyle of it, just the nature of it. Just it's all positive, it's all laughs.
Yeah.
And then fucking I don't know what it was that really drove me into doing it. I was just like having like almost like a midlife crisis at a point.
Yeah.
And I was just like going through this really depressed phase of my life, and I was just watching Kill Tony like I did every fucking night. And then I realized all I do is watch stand-up specials and podcasts and Kill Tony, and this is the only thing that makes me happy anymore.
Yeah.
Like when I was in my deepest depression, it was like the only thing that was really keeping me going was watching comedy. So like I'm gonna try this, and then I tried it and fucking fell in love instantly. And now a year later, here I am.
Yeah.
Still grinding it out. Still loving it.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I don't sleep anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have any money at all. My car is falling apart. I've put so many miles on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been bad. Everything else in my life's falling apart, but the comedy's going great.
That's good though.
But the more your life falls apart, the more comedy you get. That's the thing.
If that's fair.
I've noticed I laugh. I've not. It's helped my depression a lot. I just laugh about shit now.
Yeah.
This will be if I can get a minute of material out of something, I'm over it. Fucking over it.
That's a good way to think about it, I suppose. That's pretty funny, man.
Like that minute of material would have taken me like weeks to develop, but if something good enough happens, that I can make a minute joke off it right away.
Yeah.
Like, all right. This is good.
That's funny. Yeah, I feel like that's how
Changes your perspectives on life a lot.
Most comedians look at it that way. Fucking whatever's a good bit. I definitely was the same. I mean, I always was into comedy, like growing up and fucking in college, and like I've always watched SNL. Like I grew up on SNL. Fucking always watched comedy specials on Comedy Central as a kid.
I won't watch a movie if it doesn't have comedy in it. Yeah. I don't really care for action movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's some I'll watch, but there's some I like. I like some horror movies, but comedy.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like I'm super into like every kind of fucking movie. I got a film degree.
Yeah,
that's my jam.
Yeah, I don't.
Fucking horror movies, independent films, fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite horror film?
My favorite horror film? Oh shit.
That's how I know you're into films, because you call them films.
Oh yeah.
Nobody calls them films that isn't into films.
That's fair.
I was like, a movie.
Like a newer one that I really enjoyed was Belko Experiment.
Belko Experiment.
Yeah.
See, I don't watch any new horror.
It's from the director who made Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn.
Yeah.
It's about an office who is part of the Belko Experiment. They lock down the whole office and tell them they all have, it's like an hour to kill 8 people or something like that.
Damn.
Or 8 people will die randomly. and it's like 100 people in the office. It's all just like it's like it's like a big building.
Yeah.
They're all coworkers and shit. They all know each other. They've worked together for years, and they just like lock it all down, and fucking make them all start killing each other.
Wow.
It's pretty violent. It's not like a straightforward like horror movie with jump scares and shit.
That's more like a psychological.
Yeah, it's like Saw kind of.
Saw gore.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty out there. Another good horror movie. I mean, I like all the like the Conjuring movies. Like
yeah, I've never seen any of those.
The Conjuring's like a whole universe. So like it's the Conjuring plus Annabelle. They're all tied together.
Didn't watch Annabelle.
They're all like the same people. The Curse of La Llorona. They're all like part of the Conjuring universe. Those are all pretty good too. Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. That's a good fucking horror show. That's probably my favorite horror show that I've seen recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'd say I'll check it out, but probably not.
That one's dope. That's based on a book. I've read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to start reading. I just don't have time for anything. That's the problem with comedy. It's
Yeah, that's fair.
so time consuming.
Just gotta make time for shit. In college, I took a class that was it's like film as literature, and that's actually where I met my writing partner, John. But it was
Shout out, John.
Yeah, it was you read a book and then watch the movie that the movie was based on. You read the book that the movie's based on, and then watch the movie. And, like, compare the two. Differences, similarities, shit like that. It was a pretty cool class.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book? Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I have a favorite book.
See, that's how I know you read. You don't have a favorite book. If you don't read a lot, you got a favorite book. Cause
That's fair. Yeah,
it was the one you could get through.
If it was, like, a fucking favorite type. Lately, I've been reading, like, nonfiction shit. Like, investing, Wall Street books, astrophysics shit.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Like I recently read Neil deGrasse Tyson's new book.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like shit like that.
It's gotta be fiction for me.
That's fair.
It's usually fantasy
like
of
I've
some
read
sort.
all the Harry Potters, like shit like that.
Like I read like Lovecraft,
Okay.
Lord of the Rings. Every book report I ever did was on Lord of the Rings.
Ready Player One.
I had the same book report.
I feel comfortable saying that was like my favorite book.
Yeah.
I would read it. I would read it like
I
5
didn't
times.
even see the movie.
The movie's phenomenal.
It's one of those movies that just I didn't have time to watch. I haven't had time to sit down and watch. I just watched the Avengers Endgame, and I didn't watch the other ones.
Yeah.
Or any of the. I watched the first Thor, Iron Man, and Avengers. Didn't watch any of the other ones. Watched the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then watched Avengers Endgame.
Jesus.
I did not know what the fuck was going on.
That's fair.
It was colorful though, and a lot of action, bright lights.
That's like shit for me that like I've been into it since it started, since I was a fucking kid. Like since that first Iron Man movie came out.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean nerd shit has always just been part of like my fucking DNA on that one. I'm like a really big fucking nerd.
They're specific.
People are always like
now I've watched all the Thors. I like the Thor movies.
See, I feel like people have like their little niche shit that they're into, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch all that shit.
I like Deadpool.
There you go.
Yeah, my nerd's more of the sci-fi and fantasy realm shit.
Yeah.
Have
you watched like Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
The nerd shit, like fucking. I loved Game of Thrones. Fuck them for fucking ending up though.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm fucking so pumped for The Witcher to come out.
The Witcher looks
I will
sick.
watch.
Henry Cavill.
That's the one show I will say I'm going to take a break from not watching TV to watch.
That's fair. Henry Cavill looks like he's gonna be a fucking dope Witcher.
Yeah.
I never played those games.
Oh, they're good.
I know people who have played the games are like super jazzed on the TV show, but that's another TV show that I'm like, I don't care if I know the source material. I'm gonna fucking enjoy the shit out of it.
But it's like not even. It's a movie based on the game is based on a book.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Yeah, it's still a movie based on a book.
Yeah,
which is really a good foundation for it. I feel like any great TV series like that needs to be based on a book. Like a fantasy show
Yeah.
You can't have a fantasy show that they just made for TV. It's got to be. That's something you need to write out. There's
That's
too
fair.
much creativity that needs to be involved in that
That's fair.
to just screenwrite that.
It's a lot to.
That's got to be a novel.
It's a lot to expand on. Like, did you ever see I, Frankenstein?
Nah.
It's like a movie a lot of people didn't see, but it's a really fucking cool sci-fi movie. It's about gargoyles and demons. It's not about Frankenstein at all.
Nah. That's
You-
probably what turned me off about it.
Dude.
I thought it was going to be another Abraham Lincoln
I watched
Vampire
it.
Slayer, and I was like, okay, I can't watch this.
Yeah,
I thought it was
watched
like,
it
oh,
for the
the
first
Shakespeare,
time.
Frankenstein's Shakespeare this time.
Yep, I watched it for the first time this year, and I was like, "This movie's amazing. How have I never seen this before?" And it's totally because it was marketed as like, "I Frankenstein's like a demon slayer and shit," and he is, but the whole movie's based on demons versus gargoyles, and gargoyles are like the angels from heaven, and the demons are from hell, and they're having this whole full-on war. And Frankenstein's trapped in the middle of it because he doesn't have a soul. And the demons want to study him and figure out how to make more of him. So they can, because the demons can possess him because he doesn't have a soul. So they can come back from the underworld and take over his body. And so they're trying to make an army of Frankensteins. And the gargoyles are trying to stop him. And like he's just like in the middle of it.
Damn, it's like iRobot.
Kinda.
Okay, now I get the title.
And
I thought Frankenstein was going to be a creative writer. He was going to be writing novels on a beach somewhere. He'd retired. He's like, this is my memoirs.
It was so...
I thought it was going to be the after years.
I watched it and I was like, this movie's insane. Like, they kill a demon and, like, they go back to the underworld, so they turn into fire and, like, shoot down into hell. And then when a gargoyle dies, they fucking ascend into heaven in, like, a big beam of light because they're fucking souls and they're going back to heaven.
Man.
It's pretty wild. The whole movie's like a war, and, like, it's fucking epic.
I think the last movie I watched was Snowpiercer.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you've seen that. It's like a dope-ass movie. It's like the end of the world. The world's all frozen and they're on a train.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's like the last surviving people on the planet are on this train that goes around the planet. It's like a self-sustaining train this like eccentric fucking millionaire made.
That's dope.
But then it's like every train car is divided into like class systems. It's like the people in the back are like the lowest class, and they're just eating like absolute garbage.
Really?
Because they're like growing crickets to feed them because that's like all they can grow on the train.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's pretty intense. The
This looks
action
dope.
scenes are fucking nuts.
It has fucking Captain America in it.
Because there's just like,
Tilda
there's some
Swinton.
super intense scenes.
I'll have to check it out. I've definitely heard of it. I remember when it came out in college. Snowpiercer.
No, it was just one of those movies on Netflix that I'd seen forever. Then one night I was just like, I want to sit down and just watch something. And I was like, this is one of those ones I've wanted to check out.
I'm gonna have to watch it. It sounds dope.
I like any end of the world post-apocalypse shit too. Mad Max is my shit.
I'm fucking running out of... This is such a stupid problem to have. I'm running out of data on this computer while we're recording, and my computer is giving me warnings.
Like, you're maxed out?
Yeah, it's like you need to delete shit.
How big's your hard drive?
This hard drive that it's recording on is not very big.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm gonna start deleting shit while we're recording. Fucking-
Hell yeah, on the fly maintenance.
yeah, dude.
What other podcast do you see that?
Have to deal with this
Without a
shit.
break. Without a break. There's a crisis being averted right now, guys.
I hope I'm not deleting any files that I need. I don't think I am. I really just need to redirect this recording to save onto my other...
I'm glad to
hard
know
drive.
that even though you have way better equipment and everything than us, you still don't name your files like anyone else.
Dude,
It's still just a bunch of... What date was it made on? You gotta rewatch every file.
right?
I do that shit so bad.
Dude, yeah. I mean, dude, making podcasts and staying on top of it is such a difficult fucking thing to do. Like,
I see you also use your desktop like it's a folder.
oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, I don't have time to go search for a folder for this. I'm just gonna put it on the desktop.
Yeah, no, we're like quickly running out of hard drive space here. We might have to.
Well, shit. Where are we at?
Oh, we're like deep into this podcast. What, an hour and a half in?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, you see right here, I have 165 megabytes left. That's just going down rapidly.
Damn. Delete the local disk C.
Delete everything.
All right, start uploading this to the drive while it's running, so it'll come in and go out at the same time.
Oh man. Oh no, all this will be fucking fine.
Delete Rocket League.
Right.
I can tell that was a big no.
Now look, I just deleted one file. We're good. We got 4 gigs available. We're fine. Oh my god. If anyone ever listens to this, just like tweet me and let me know that you understand my anxiety losing data on my computer quickly.
If anyone ever listens to this, follow me at Dustin Cade on everything. And I have a show tonight at Gus's Pizza in Goodyear.
There you go.
If you happen to be a listener in Goodyear tonight, when is it? When do you post yours? Do you post yours immediately, or do
I'm
you?
gonna probably just post it. Yeah, tonight.
Yeah,
I would like to.
Do you have a set time you post them or day or?
I would fucking like to, but no.
Nah.
I usually just post them when I record them.
Yeah.
Realistically, I'd like to get on a schedule and post them every Friday or every Saturday.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, I get a new episode every Friday, but I really need to record some solo ones so I can just kind of sprinkle them in when I don't have a guest.
See, I couldn't imagine doing a solo by myself.
Yeah.
Just talking.
I've done a handful of them, and it's definitely challenging.
Yeah.
But I used to just like sit and like smoke a joint and like talk while I was smoking the joint. And then,
even the first podcast with fucking, it was me and Josh just started it together. Even the first one there, we were like, we're just going to shoot 20 minutes. And that 10 minutes, I was starting to sweat. I was like, we were both starting to sweat.
yeah.
We're like, man, it's really hard to just keep a conversation going while you're recording two different things. You're both looking at yourself on camera.
Yep.
But now we
not easy.
We'll just bust out an hour if we're.
Yeah, I think that's why I started like picking topics and like ranting about a topic, because I'm like, yeah, if I just talk about a topic for 20 minutes and then that's all I have to say, like fuck it, like
Yeah.
I'll just upload that, whatever. And I think that made it easier, but it's the type of thing where I want to get back on a schedule and have guests scheduled regularly, like every Saturday or every other Saturday or whatever, and get more on track with like a fucking actual schedule of podcasts. And
Yeah.
it's hard though. Like I definitely envy the fucking celebrities that are like, yeah, just have one every Friday, and like they record them ahead of time and just release them and shit.
In a studio.
Yeah.
In
In a studio where they have a fucking engineer who runs their shit and fucking.
There's 7 other people in the room. That's what fucking blows my mind when I see the bigger podcasts and there's like literally 6 or 7 people behind the camera doing shit.
Yep.
Like, man, how much better quality do you need it to be?
Yep.
You need that many people in the room.
I've thought about like.
I just need someone to manage my social media.
Yeah, that too, right? I've thought about the fact that like a lot of
If anybody ever listens to this, manage my social media.
right, a lot of comedians and people who do podcasts, like they don't even understand how their fucking shit works. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't even have the knowledge to run their fucking cameras and their fucking microphones. And, like, most people you listen to a podcast have no idea how to make a podcast.
How to plug in wires.
Without their producers and all the people running their shit, they would be so fucking lost. And that's, like, part of, like, the shit I try to remind myself. I'm like, dude, like, you're not just doing a podcast. You're producing it, fucking running the lights, fucking running the cameras.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking...
Plus working a full-time job.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like I get to be fucking Joe Rogan where I show up and
Yeah.
young Jamie has all my shit ready, and I fucking start talking to someone.
Because most people get off their 8-hour job and then they fucking go take a nap, eat dinner,
Yeah.
go to the gym or something.
Yeah.
They don't have to have mental acuity to fucking run a podcast
Yeah.
after being tired from working.
Yeah. That's a struggle. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's never going to be, it's like a never ending battle on that one.
You
of,
have
like,
to get
having
used
a full-time job.
Yeah, you have to get used to having mental alertness while also being fucking exhausted.
Yep. And fucking be motivated. I think, like, growing up and, like, getting older, I never really understood why.
You're moving 21,000 items to a different folder.
To a different hard drive. Yeah. As we speak.
21,000.
It'll be fine. But, like, I never understood why so many people just, like people like my parents, like, just have day jobs and come home and watch TV
Yeah.
and don't really do a whole lot. And now that I'm 28 and I have a full-time job and I fucking live with my fiance and shit, it's like, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally get why people don't want to do anything else. Like,
Yeah.
they're fucking exhausted. Like, listening to, like, the Joe Rogan podcast and how he always talks about, like, there's people at home who work their fucking 8 to 5 cubicle jobs and come home and hate their lives and fucking,
Yeah.
like, every time he says that, I'm like, that's me. That's like, I work in a cubicle and fucking, like, come home and don't have energy to do shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking exhausting, man.
But man, a job's exhausting, but starting comedy, fucking, that's exhausting too.
It's all exhausting.
Every life's exhausting.
But you got to stay motivated.
Yeah.
That's like the whole point of it. It's like you got to stay driven to want to do it.
I don't know, I felt like I got, before I was doing comedy and I was just living that life, just going to work, coming home, hanging out on the weekends with friends, and I don't know, I felt like I'd get real depressed, and my depression was a lot worse, my anxiety was a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's like I felt like I feel like everyone needs something outside of work to
They
do.
do, for sure.
Outside of work and just hanging out at bars and socializing.
But it's like, that's
Unless
why
there's an
people-
open mic at that bar or comedy at that bar, then yeah, you should totally go there and bring your friends.
But that's why people hang out at bars, right? It's like because they do need something else. But it's
Yeah.
like that's the easiest thing.
Yeah,
It makes you feel good. It's relatively cheap.
yeah,
Like compared to like going and doing things, like I went to Joe Rogan last night. That cost, like, realistically, I spent probably $300. You know, like I bought 2 tickets, which was $170. Plus we ate food, we had drinks, we got food afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You go to the bar every night for 2 weeks with that.
Right. Like, that could be your drinking budget
Yeah,
fucking for a month. Like,
that could supply me with weed for like 2 weeks.
dude, right? That's so funny. These days, weed's just getting cheaper and cheaper, too,
Oh yeah,
which is great. But it's honestly bad. The weed industry is getting really lazy.
Yeah.
There's so many people growing down here that, like, I've bought weed that I'll, like, smoke a bowl, and I'm like, I'm not smoking the rest of that eighth I bought.
yeah.
Because it's so bad. I'm like, it tastes like shit.
That too, it's making people picky.
Yeah.
Remember we just smoked weed with seeds in it and
Yep.
stems and just didn't care.
Yeah, dude.
And
As
now
a
we
teenager.
now we all have opinions. Now we all care what. Like I used to not give a shit what sativa or indica was.
Nope. And now I'm all like,
It's
no.
like, oh, that's good shit. I'll have good shit.
Like, I got a pre-roll for us to smoke before this, and I was like, I need a sativa. Because, like, if I smoke an indica and a whole pre-roll, like, I'm going to be a little lazy on the podcast. Like, I thought it through.
So I usually only smoke indica. I don't really notice a big difference between the two. I always feel like indica gets me slightly higher.
Really?
Yeah.
I notice on specific buds I buy, and I feel like I only notice because I'm trying to notice.
Yeah.
Like, I've thought about it. Like, I've smoked a bowl, and then I've, like, thought about, like, why do I feel kind of shitty right now? Or, like, have you ever smoked, like, a specific weed and had, like, weird thoughts?
I've had like a weird like anxiety.
Yeah,
Like-
just, like different.
Like I smoked a blunt to myself the other day of, I don't know what weed it was, but I had like some weird anxiety for some reason. I was like, maybe that strain. I don't know.
Yeah. I bought an eighth like a couple weeks ago, and I smoked a bowl of it, and I got kind of depressed. Like I got super baked, but I got very in my head about shit.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there, and I was like, why am I obsessing over all the negative things right now? And I was like, I think it's that weed. And then I smoked it again, like, the next day, and I felt the same. I was like, that weed's totally fucking with me. I was like, and then I just went and got different weed, and it was fine. I was like, yeah, it's totally just that weed.
Just pick my weed based on the coolest name and the price range I want.
Right? Yeah, totally.
I'm smoking a Pie-Ho right now, because Pie-Ho.
I just bought some, like, white OG or some shit.
Is that the point, like, you don't... How many fucking different weed strains are there now? Because I'll go one week, and then I'll see completely different strains the next week. And I'm like, well, what's the point of even having the strain name?
There's too many.
If you're never going to have the exact same strain.
Well, it also, like, the same strain grown by two different people, two different companies, could be entirely different.
Yeah.
Same name. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
I think we should just call it weed. You mix it all together, you get what you get.
Have you ever seen the movie Grandma's Boy? That's like one of my favorite stoner movies. And he's like, I don't give a fuck what it's called. I just want a bag of fucking weed. Like, I got the bling. I got the bling bling. I got the Hulk. I got the brown bomber or whatever.
That's how I feel.
He's like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
I buy based on price.
Yeah.
Like, what is in this range?
That's what I do too. I'm like, what do you have that's like $30 an eighth right now? Let me see those 5 weeds.
When I first got my card, I was splurging. I was buying edibles. I was buying drinks. I was buying everything. Buying suppositories. Fuck it. Jesus. Just everything. No, I didn't actually buy suppositories. But
I was like, I didn't know they had those.
They do.
I believe
I've seen them.
I've seen they have CBD ones.
They have lube.
And they have them for girls. CBD vagina ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, girls, y'all got better things to put stuff in, and it's kind of upsetting sometimes.
So funny. Edibles.
We don't got a lot of cool places in our body to put stuff.
Edibles for me are like a special occasion type of thing. Either if I want to get like super fucked up, or if I want to take like 25 milligrams before like a concert.
Yeah.
Or shit like that, where I'm like, it's not enough where I need to sleep and like it's gonna fuck me up, but like for these next 3 or 4 hours where I can't bring weed into this event, like I'm gonna be stoned for the whole concert.
I figure out how to get
type
weed
of shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I usually do too. These days I just bring my vape pen, dude.
I pretty much
not a big deal.
Buy edibles if I'm trying to like fuck myself up for a day.
There you go.
Like if I go raving all night or something, or if I go to a music festival. Yeah. I'll bring edibles for the next day when I just want to sleep all day.
There you go.
Or just be lazy all day. So I'll eat like 150 milligram fucking edible and just chill.
Yeah. I'll get edibles when I just want to have like get super fucked up. I really enjoy eating a shitload of edibles and just seeing like where my mind goes. Like I'm like, I fucking ate like 200 milligrams fucked up. Like I'm out of my mind. Like to the point where I'm like, I don't feel comfortable driving a car right now.
I had a 300 milligram fucking bar one time and fucking went out drinking with some friends, and I was drinking like all day, but I never felt drunk because I was just too high to feel drunk.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't hardly move. I couldn't keep my eyes open.
Super fucked up, dude.
Yeah. People had to lead me where we were going.
We ate edibles and went to Comic-Con 2 years in a row.
I've never been to Comic-Con. I don't want to check it out. I've been wanting to check it out for years, but
Phoenix Comic-Con's pretty good. It's a good time, and it's cheap. It's not like
how much do they usually charge for it?
For like if you want to go for one day, like 25 or $30.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah, it's not like San Diego Comic-Con's like $200-$300 or whatever.
All right, yeah.
But Phoenix Comic-Con, if you buy a 4-day pass, like for all the days, if you bought one right now, it's like $50 on sale.
Damn.
And then they'll go up to like 75 and then like 100 or whatever.
Definitely don't think I could do 4 days of Comic-Con.
Oh, we usually buy like the passes for the whole thing, and then we'll go for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's cheaper than buying both days. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, we've definitely gone, and you walk through the whole thing, fucking meet celebrities, and fucking, my favorite thing is going through the vendors Like you'll never see more nerd shit being sold.
That's why I want to go.
Anything
see,
like
find some weird shit.
If you're into anything, if you're into movies, if you're into comics, if you're into action figures, if you're into like obscure fan fiction or whatever, like there's a little section of that at a Comic-Con for sure. Like, you know? And like we went the year, you know, when fidget spinners got super crazy?
Yeah.
Like every single vendor was selling
so upsetting
spinners.
to me. The whole rise and fall of fidget spinners is upsetting.
Dude, that's the type of
just
shit.
3 bearings like on a piece of plastic.
That's the type of shit I wish I had money to cash in on. Because I would totally see trends like that coming and be like, we need to start selling fidget spinners now.
It's just like
you know what I mean? Like, make 50,000 of them. Let's go set up a fucking table and sell them all for $4 a piece. Like, it's like fucking $200,000 you can make.
That's
like,
one of those things you need
mean?
money to start.
Totally.
Yeah, that's one of those things you can't just. No one's gonna see the value of it over time. It's something you got to market out.
Yeah.
Tell people they want this.
Right.
Get it in their pocket
but
before they realize they're
who
dumb.
Saw those fidget spinners and were like, these are gonna blow up, and they fucking made shitloads of them, and like, they made those little Captain America shield ones, and like the little Batarang ones. And
I saw one
ones.
where it was a fucking electronic fidget spinner. So they just hold the center and it spins on its own.
Yeah.
And I was like, the point is
battery powered ones.
It's supposed to be for you to fidget with because you're fucking got anxiety and shit.
Yeah, I saw ones with different colors on them.
You bought a mini fan. It's just a mini fan at that point.
Totally. But they blew up, man. Kids will buy that shit.
That's the thing. You got to find something that you can sell for $4 so no one's going to ever feel bad about buying it because it was $4.
Dude, and your kid loses one, and you're like, yeah, I'll buy you another one for $4
You need to develop a shitty $1 iPhone game.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Just get a million
remember
hits.
Angry Birds? You play Angry Birds back in the day?
It's like, I mean, I can't imagine that there's a lot of hardcore coding going on to make Angry Birds a functional game.
Angry Birds was like basic physics
It's like
built into a left to right game.
Cause I'd played fucking a million versions of games like that on Newgrounds and all those old PC game websites.
Neopets and fucking all that shit in elementary school.
Now you put some stupid birds in a slingshot and
they made billions. They made movies off of that video
I know.
game. That company made more making Angry Birds plushies and like dolls.
An app had a movie made after it.
Yeah. That company cashed in, dude. And they set a new precedent on gaming apps. Like, it was like legit, like overnight you could be a billionaire with a gaming app. And then you remember when everyone was copying it?
Yeah.
There's Angry Birds, and then Flappy Bird came out, and then there was like a million fucking bird games.
Then they had fucking Clash of Clans. Wasn't even the first one of those. There's like 87,000 versions of that now.
Yeah. And that's a crazy, like, that's something I've thought about more and more as I've done comedy, as I've done podcasting, as I've thought about making short films and stuff. Like, the ability to be successful and have like a fan base is so much wider and easier than it was back in the day. Like, there's so many people that, like, it doesn't take that many people playing an app like that for it to like go viral.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
people go viral. I download
2,000 people tweet about something and that's like going viral. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I download fucking games all my phone all the time. They're free. I mean, yeah, that's my thing. But they're still getting advertising money for each those stupid free ass games.
I've thought about that with like podcasting and stuff. Like, there's just in this country, there's almost 400 million people. Like, if fucking 1,000 people listen to your podcast, you could like be successful and make money on your podcast.
Yeah.
Like, 1,000 people is not that many people.
Yeah.
That's less people than went to your fucking high school. Like, you know what I mean?
This thing is just getting that many people to listen. It's like I fucking...
Right. But it's like slowly over time.
Like, I've done good at comedy shows with like 200 people in the crowd. And then not had a single person talk to me after the show or follow me or add me on anything.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna do a show with like 4 people, and fucking, that's where you get the followers.
Yeah, dude. And talking to people, and over time they'll fucking listen and whatever. Like, I just did a show on Wednesday, and like 2 people followed me on Instagram. They were comics, and it's because we were standing around, and they're like, "You should follow me on Instagram." And I'm like, okay. Like, and now we follow each other on Instagram. And that's the type of shit where it's like, maybe one of those people will listen to my podcast one day.
Yeah.
Like, you know? Or I'll have them on, and maybe one of their friends will listen to my fucking podcast one day.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I just think about more and more. Like, it's like, you just think about how many billions of people are on the planet. Like, you only need a small subset of people to fucking believe in, like, what you're doing and support it and fucking...
Yeah, to have a viable...
Yeah.
Something you can make a career off of.
Totally. And fucking just get out there.
Stand-up's hard because you gotta have people willing to go leave their house and buy tickets to your show. And
yeah. But that's what's cool about YouTube and shit these days. It's like,
you have to build enough of a following you can consistently...
You can record your stuff and just put it out there and let people watch it.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Scholes does. You ever watch his shit?
I love Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
He's one of my faves right now.
He just puts comedy specials on YouTube. He's like not worried about Netflix specials and shit.
Nah.
He's like, yeah, just fucking record a half hour and put it on YouTube.
He has like an insane amount of fucking stand-up, almost stand-up specific content.
Yeah, he's doing great. It's wild.
Man, someday, probably not that high, but yeah.
But sticking with it, it's like all you gotta do is stick with it.
Yeah.
Meet people, fucking... Yeah, dude. I mean, it'd be sick if you were doing my podcast still in 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
It's like Bert and Tom are doing
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's podcast. Like, if you go back and watch, like, Joe Rogan's podcast with Bert, it's like the first time they ever, like, met and had a real conversation.
Yeah, that's the thing you gotta fucking think about,
It
too.
was 10 years ago. And Bert's like, yeah, dude, like, this podcast is so cool. Like...
They were all in the same spots. Fucking, we are gonna be in all at fucking points.
Totally, man.
They all had to start too.
Totally. And now they all have their own podcasts and they're all running shit. And you can get another beer if you want to.
Oh, I'm good, man.
Yeah, I know you got to drive and stuff. You got a show tonight.
Oh yeah, what time is it?
It's 5.
Oh, okay. My show's at 7.
You gonna get going soon?
Show's at 7:30.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I got some time.
We're at 2 hours already, dude.
Oh hell yeah.
Fucking flew by.
Yeah, it's I won't say it's the longest. I did a podcast to my friends. Fucking lost an episode. We recorded 2 hours. It was probably one of the like best fucking interviews I'd ever fucking given. Like, I was just on fire. I took like a microdose of mushrooms before I went on, so everything was just super comfy and I was just flowing there. But I was cracking so many jokes.
That's pretty great.
And fucking then I was like, there's so many things I'm gonna go back to this to listen for material, because it's just a lot of silliness.
Yeah.
And then they hit like an hour and 45 minutes and the computer froze.
Really?
And lost all of it.
That sucks.
Yeah, so we all just had a small anxiety attack and recorded another hour and a half
Fucking
of new.
Fucking
the whole episode was just us depressed and pissed off about the episode we lost.
I have 100% thought about like how shitty it would be if my computer crashed while I was recording or like any of that shit.
Hasn't happened yet.
No.
Damn.
I mean, it's my gaming computer and like I built it, and if it goes wrong, it's kind of my fault anyway. So
we had one episode where we have a shitty like phone stand, and it's like a dollar store phone stand.
Yeah.
So we started the episode recording, and everything was centered, but then slowly throughout the episode, it was sagging.
Really?
Yeah, because it was on like 2 bendy like posts.
That's funny.
And they're fucking bending, and then by the end of the episode, it was just staring like at our feet.
Damn.
So we just did that one audio only.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't posted videos for all of my podcasts at all, because only the last maybe 6 or 7 I've been recording with this actual like fucking software that does the audio and the video. Because I was recording on my camera and uploading the video from my camera and then putting the audio on it and then uploading that. And I was like, this is too much of a fucking hassle. Like, I don't have time to edit the video, fuck with the audio.
Oh,
And now how I have it set up, I just hit record and it's the audio and the video are recording. And it's good.
Yeah, we have Josh record it on his phone, then upload it to Google Drive, then I pull off Google Drive, then separate the audio and video and upload everything.
Yeah.
Do all the back end shit.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just tedious. It's tedious, all the little steps you got to do just to get a fucking video online.
Yep.
And video and audio.
Yep. That's the perks of having that's like the benefit of recording on the computer versus like a Zoom recorder. There's benefits to both, like the quality, the fucking...
The amount of steps you got to do changes how much fun it is.
Totally, dude. And that's why I don't blame people for not wanting to fuck with it. It's like, dude, it's so much fucking effort.
Yeah.
If I couldn't hit record and record this video, I probably wouldn't even upload this video.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, yeah, I'm not going to waste my time. Because I was spending like an hour or two at night on my computer fucking with the video and shit just to upload it. And I'm like, this is such a waste of my fucking time. Like,
yeah.
I want to record a podcast and upload it. I don't want to fucking edit it and do all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking hassle.
Yeah, I look at all of the stuff you got, your setup, and it gives me anxiety thinking of all the different things you got to turn on before you start an episode.
It's a lot, dude.
All the wires you got to make sure are plugged in.
And it would be really easy to just fuck it up. I've recorded a whole episode without video because I didn't turn it on. Like,
that's some shit we would...
And I thought I turned it on and it just wasn't recording. And it's just like, yeah, whatever.
We've had our hiccups. We had one where we just stopped or the phone filled up.
Yeah.
Like halfway through the episode and we didn't see.
Yeah.
It cut off.
If I had like the money, what I would love to do is fucking open a podcast studio in Phoenix and like just have a studio and like be the producer and just have people come in and record podcasts.
Do it.
And then I think about it and I'm like, how do I make money doing that though? Like,
you already got it set up. Just charge people to come in here and record their podcast.
I guess, yeah, charge people to use the space.
Yeah.
But then it's like, people want to do that, like fucking spend money to record a podcast. Like,
yeah, I've had people offer to let me use their studios before, but I'm like, man, I don't have enough listeners or followers to justify me spending money to record the episodes.
That's kind of
I'm not gonna have any until it's like starting to pick up. And by the time it starts to pick up, I'm gonna have all my own equipment.
Right.
I'd rather learn it myself.
That's kind of how I think about it. Like, how could I make a podcast studio and like bring in someone like a celebrity, advertise to like local baseball players, basketball, NFL players in town or something that's like, yeah, if you have ever wanted to do a podcast, you can come do one and like pay me.
Yeah.
And like, because I don't know, how do you make a podcast with like immediate followers? You know, it's like you need a famous person.
Yeah. You already have to have the followers for something else.
Yeah. It's like, that's what I think about when I'm like, yeah, doing like a podcast studio would be sick. But it's like, but who the fuck would record a podcast at my podcast studio?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
How many podcast people know? That's why you gotta have fucking network and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why it started with comedians, because they're all like, yeah, we have fans already.
No, we don't. Who told you that?
Right.
I have a couple fans.
No, I mean like big comedians in LA.
Oh yeah, big comedians.
Like it started with them. Fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Adam Carolla. People like that. Fucking, it's weird, man. It's definitely the weird thing. It's like the weirdest thing to try to get into when like I thought when I started a podcast, I was like, yeah, tons of my friends will listen to it. I was like, no, none of them listen to it. My mom won't even listen to it. I was like, my mom will for sure listen to every one of my episodes. She's never listened to a single one.
I'd rather my mom not, but...
Yeah, now I'm like, yeah, it's fine if you do not listen to any of that. But when I started, I was like, my mom supports me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
my parents are supportive, but fucking...
I was like, it'll be easy to get 10 listeners every episode. And I was like, nah, it's not easy. It's not,
yeah.
You know?
My parents are supportive, but man... I don't. I like that they're supportive, but I don't want them to have to hear the things I say.
Right.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Like I did a 15-minute set, and they came.
Oh yeah.
And they sat in the front row.
Oh shit.
And it was very awkward.
Was it?
Yeah. I just opened with drugs.
Yeah.
I opened with drugs and ripped the Band-Aid off.
Dude, I told my mom.
They've seen me do 5-minute sets, but that's short enough. I have enough material that I can do 5 minutes without upsetting them.
Yeah.
Or making them regret having me.
Yeah.
But 15 minutes, I had to just do the shit.
That's fair. I for sure told my
awkward.
mom that she couldn't come to like an open mic and watch me. I was like, I booked my first booked show and like
I don't want anyone going to an open
she's
mic
like, I would love to.
me.
I would love to like go, and I was like, you can come watch me do comedy if I'm still doing it in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
I didn't tell my family I was doing it till like they found out because my brother told them.
Oh, yeah.
Like 9 or 10 months in. I wasn't going to tell them until I was getting fucking booked somewhere.
yeah. Oh, I didn't tell my mom I started doing comedy. My brother told her too. That's funny.
Yeah, fucking brothers,
Yeah.
sibling. Don't tell your sibling shit.
I told my brother, and like my mom knew literally the next day, and I was just like, I didn't tell you that. Like, just like,
Man.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's one of those few things you don't want. You want your parents to be proud of you, but you don't want them to have to.
Only for certain things.
Yeah,
They're also just too close. I told my brother he couldn't come watch me either. I was
it
like,
makes it harder to perform.
I was like, dude, like, I don't need your opinion. I don't need to ride in a car with you afterwards. Like, I don't need you being like, you did good. Like, I
shouldn't have to. I don't know. I don't want my mom. I kept my mom away for a while because I told her I was like, you guys can come, but I'm be talking about my dick a lot. They didn't want to come,
right?
but then they just bit the bullet and came, and now they know about my dick.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different when like people who are close to you like see you fucking do shit you're like passionate about, or like or things you're even just struggling with. Like, I'm trying to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Like, it's like difficult to even say like, yeah, I'm a fucking stand-up comedian. Like, I'm an open micer.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 or 3 years, like, I might, if people are like, what do you do? I might be like, yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian. But like right now I'm like, it's just something I do.
Oh,
like,
every time I talk to my dad, he's like, "So you getting paid for this gig?" I'm
Right.
Like, I'm no comics make fucking money to like.
yeah.
Like, I went out to LA to just do a bar show in LA.
Right.
And my mom was like, "Well, hopefully maybe a big agent will see you or something, and you'll make it." And I was like, "Well, I've been doing this like a year."
Yeah.
You guys have that's the problem. They got high expectations.
Right.
Those people that don't do it think that
There's people who have lived in LA and been open micers for 10 years.
so many people think the way you get famous and big and all that shit is being just seen by someone and they like you.
Yeah.
And then they make you a famous person.
Yeah.
No, you have to have shit to back it.
You gotta be good. You gotta earn it.
Yeah.
And that's like how I feel. Like, talking about comedy is awesome, but I'm like, fuck, man, I have so much work to do before I'm like validated and like I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking comedian. Like, I've been through the ringer.
Yeah, I'm
like, no, I'm still fucking, I need to get out there more. I need to get on stage. I need more stage time. I
Yeah.
need to fucking try harder. Like, but I've met a lot of people that are so full of themselves for being a stand-up comedian.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, I've been doing this shit for a year, bro. I'm like, cool. Like, okay.
Yeah. There's so many that have been doing it that long and just haven't developed at all.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just doing the same shit they started with.
Yeah, a lot of people get super full of themselves too. Just like,
You gotta ego check yourself constantly.
yeah.
So you'll have a good set and feel like you're fucking on top of the world.
Yeah.
But it's humbling because you'll have good sets. You'll have a string of good sets, and then you'll just eat it.
Yeah.
Just bomb.
Like, I know my jokes right now are not jokes I want to be telling in 3 years.
That's why I don't post any of my jokes online.
Yeah.
Everyone asks me, they're like, "Oh, why don't you put any sets online or any of your jokes online?"
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm gonna fucking cringe at them a year or two from now when I've written way better stuff.
Yeah, and it's funny because you say that, and I know open micers who I've seen who have been doing it a month or two longer than I have, and they have posted endless amounts of shit of like 1 minute clips of like jokes they've done at open mics and stuff.
Like I've been doing a year, I haven't posted a single.
Yeah,
I have one set online, and it's because the show
a lot of people who are
recorded.
different.
The show recorded the sets and posted them all online.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's kind of shitty.
I didn't really want it. I mean, I got 200 views on it, so that was nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I posted, I did that Stir Crazy show on Wednesday, and I paid for them to record my set, and they sent it to me.
Yeah, I'll do that. Sorry. I have a big collection of my videos.
Are you coming to get Creep?
Yeah, it's dinner time.
Oh. Crypto, go eat.
Like, I have a bunch of videos I haven't that I just use for submission if I'm going to send to, like, a comedy festival or not, which I haven't been because they all charge, like, money. I don't know. There's so many people that submit to comedy festivals. I'm like, you're not ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
It's like they're only going to pick so many people.
Yeah.
And there are people from out of state putting into this. They're putting people all around the country are putting in for this comedy festival.
I was reading about the Flagstaff,
Big Pine's great.
Big Pine Festival. I was just reading about it. And you have to like pay like I don't know what it was,
the submission fee,
$30 to like submit a video and stuff.
I mean, which I understand. I just don't understand people that are having trouble getting booked on shows, bar shows, submitting for this huge comedy festival, this great fucking show. Like,
I was reading about it and I was like, this is the type of thing I would like to do in a year or two.
You should just go to check it out. I went this year just to
No, but I mean like submit and like pay money. Because I'm like, I know if I submit this and pay my money, these people are just going to keep my money. Like, I'm not going to get put on this fucking festival. Like, you know what I mean? But there's definitely people who are going for it 6 months into doing open mics that are like, yeah, I'm trying to do comedy festivals.
Nah, go next year, though. It's great. They have open mics throughout the whole festival too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I got tons of stage time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, be in there. Then it's a fucking party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy at night.
I would definitely like to go. I love Flagstaff. I mean, that's where I went to college.
Oh, and then the open mic, you can win a book spot on one of the shows.
That's
cool.
That's
the prize every night for like the main open mic.
That's sick.
The best set gets like 5-minute spot or something on the.
That's sick. I didn't know they had
show.
Open mics during it. I'll definitely fucking check that out next year. Yeah, see, that's the type of shit that's like good to know, so you don't waste $40 on your fucking 5-minute video.
They have workshops. It's free for comics.
That's cool.
They have they had a booking workshop that was super good. It was just
really?
like 12 like bookers from like different clubs around the country, just telling exactly what they want when they have someone email them or message them to get on shows.
Oh, really?
Like how often you should do it, like how many times you should check back with them, like at what point they get annoyed with you about shit. That's my thing. I get fucking bookers got to be fucking annoyed with comics constantly. They have 100 open micers a day messaging them for spots.
Yeah.
And only 5 or 6 of them should even be doing book shows yet.
Yeah.
And so I get so uncomfortable asking to get on shows still.
Yeah. I'm still to the point where I'm like, I'm fine doing open mics. Like, I would love to get on book shows, but I'm still just like, I'm still just trying to get better at writing jokes and shit. Like, I'll get on book shows eventually, but
I'm kind of just taking what gets offered to me at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah.
Plus, I need to write new shit because I've been on these last 2 or 3 months. I've had fucking a lot of shows.
Yeah.
But it's been cutting a lot into my open. Like, I haven't been developing new shit.
Yeah.
The jokes that I've had forever now have gotten really good because I've been doing them a lot at fucking book shows. But
yeah, a lot of the book shows here, I mean, I would love to do. It's just like, I feel like I'm not in a rush. You know what I mean? I can feel like a lot of people are trying to. I literally talked to a guy who's like, I hate doing open mics. I just want to do book shows. And we've been doing comedy like the same amount of time. And I know, because I follow him on Instagram, I know he's doing a lot of book shows. But, like, I've watched his shit, and I'm just like, I know that you're just doing open mic, like, quality shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, I get it. Like, you would just rather have, like, a paid audience and whatever. But I'm like, I just feel like open mics is where you belong, and that's where I belong still, too.
Yeah. That's where we all belong.
Right.
That's where you gotta. Like, I hate when I see someone. You'll see someone do a new joke, try new jokes at book shows. Like, try your new jokes at an open mic. Like, don't risk ruining your set and the show because you just bombed for 5 minutes trying some new shit, and now the guy after you's got to pick it back up.
Yeah.
Whereas you could have just done the good shit you got, and the show could have been good the whole way through.
Totally.
That's another thing a lot of comics don't understand, I feel like, is it's not about, yeah, you're a comic by yourself, but when you're on a show, you're working with everyone else on that show, so you need to do good to make the show better. It's about the show. It's not about your individual 5.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people that complain about what spot they get. Like, there's a reason the booker fucking picked you for that spot. Like, a lot of people hate going number one. I'm like, I like going number one because it means that they trust that you're going to be able to pull it off right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
You can bring the energy in a dead room.
I'd rather go first than last, personally.
I like doing it. I used to hate going first just for anxiety.
Yeah.
But now I love it because you get it out of the way right off the bat, and then I can just enjoy the show.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
I hate going last. I mean, just at an open mic, just because it's like you sit there and fucking wait.
And there's no one left.
And wait and wait. Yeah, and of course there's no one left.
And that's ironic. You want to go last on any book show, but if you're at an open mic, it's the last place you want to go.
Yeah.
You want to go like second or third.
But that's what I was saying. I'd be fine going first on a book show rather than last.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, last, I feel like people, like, you want to end on a bang and shit. I don't want, like, the pressure of, like, ending the show and, like, knowing there's no one left after me and shit. Like, I just want to, if I bomb, whatever.
You got this pressure to do better than everyone before you.
Right. Yeah, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully a lot more shows in the future.
Hell yeah.
I feel like this is a solid place to
yeah.
To wrap
Speaking of shows, find me at Gus's Pizza in 2 hours.
Yeah, right. I know. Maybe, you know, this is episode like 35 or 36 or some shit.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm on episode 235, there'll actually be future booked dates you can plug and be like, yeah, fucking next month. Come check me out on this shit.
Next month I'll be on a roast battle.
Right? There you go. Yeah, ideally, man, just fucking keep podcasting, keep doing comedy, and we'll keep fucking.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me. Follow me at Dustin Cade on everything.
Yeah, thanks for being here, dude. Hopefully you come do more. This is dope. Always. Definitely more than welcome to come hang out. Fucking, you don't live that far away, so.
Yeah, it really wasn't that far.
Yeah, dude. All right, everyone, thanks for listening. Fucking make sure you like and subscribe. Millennium Meltdown on fucking Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all the good shit. There's my dog. All right, everyone. Peace. Thanks for listening. Peace.